one, you're going to spend about $500 anyway.
We are live. We are live. Since we're arguing about it, I decided I'm just going to go live right now since we're arguing about it and talking about it.
You're sneaky, Frank.
What? Sneaky? So, Brad, what did you say that got upgraded on that Traxxas Slash?
The shocks were changed. I know they have the low center of gravity chassis, but there looks like there was some type of mold difference, a little mold difference to it to me. I don't know why. There's something different where the battery tray just looked different to me. And the gearboxes are new, and they have the radio is new. The button's different. The button for the trans brake is different.
It's still the same, but it's still the same radio they've used for years.
But they just changed how one of the buttons worked.
No, the button works the same way.
No, I mean, it doesn't flip up or flip down. You just hold it, or you just click it.
There's a chassis, Brad. That's an LCG.
That's factory.
Yeah, but I swear that something looked different at the edges to me, the way that I saw it.
That's all.
That's a chassis. I just don't have the side rails on it. It's it, and it's black.
Oh, and the we also was the difference was the when you look at the things they've had in the back for wheelie bars, the wheelie bar is definitely different.
That's
the wheelie bar is brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wheelie bar, that's new.
The main upgrade is the transmission, and
which I'm really excited when I seen another option to it that I didn't know was there.
Which one?
The fact that you can take screws out of the bottom and pop out the rear diff without tearing the whole case in half.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, I just seen the pictures of it.
Yeah, because of the new transmission, the way it's made. Yeah.
So it seems like 20% of it is liked by all of you.
Well, the technology wise, there's the only thing new on this is adjustable body post, just like John Martin was saying.
The
which
gearbox
to me is okay. That's fine. That's new. Is the transmission box. Other than that, I bet you anything. You take parts per parts, and the arms are probably from the shorter arms.
Bandit.
The bandit arms. That's correct. So all those parts, I bet you they're all still the same old parts that they're reusing.
It's the heavy duty 4x drive axles that I'm using in my 2-wheel drive Slash to shorten up.
When they had the white nylon chassis, weren't those different?
White
Don't know.
nylon.
The what, Brad?
Years ago, when they first started out, they had like white nylon chassis.
I don't remember that. The white nylon chassis.
Yeah, they had white chassis.
RPM had some white parts that you could dye. I don't know about Traxxas having a white chassis.
I just saw someone running one of those that had a white chassis.
Oh, they might have painted it or dyed
No, it wasn't painted. I remember even seeing them back in the day. The chassis was either an off-white or a white. The plastic pieces were.
Do you remember what model?
One of them was on the original Bandit. I think the original Stampede. Actually, practically a lot of them.
You're talking back when the Hawk and the Thundercat or whatever it was?
Yeah, well, the Thundercat didn't have that. That was like set up like a grasshopper and stuff, similar to that. But
Curtis Baker says, Frank, you need to get the low-C drag car and show them Traxxas up. That's exactly my thought. To me, they use the same friggin' VXL system in there. It's still the 4-pole VXL system in there. Don't get me wrong. It is a wonderful system, but when you compare it to what's out there in the market right now, technology-wise for motor and ESC, come on, wake up, smarten up, and bring out something better. Like, I know you want to try to make money and dry that cow as much as you can, but come on. It's crazy.
Oh, come on, they put a 3S system in it, Frank.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
And it's more expensive than most of their kits.
My local hobby shop at 110 Hobby, he's the one that actually told me, he goes, well, I heard some good things about it. There's great things coming. Hold off before buying anything off. You'll see there's something special going on with the chassis. There's like he was telling me little hints, but none of them were true. Everything he heard was all wind in the
Just hype.
yeah, hype and people that were just making up stories, I guess.
Yep.
But even him, Traxxas filled his ears with a whole bunch of different stuff that was not true.
Well, the tires were nice.
Tires and rims. Thing on them, yes, is those tires.
Tires and the rims.
Yeah.
And the body, of course.
Yeah. Well, we got a whole bunch of people in the chat. Everyone, hello. Curtis Baker, 110 Pauls, RC Basher Boy, Kevin Gibbs, CJ, Nitro Freak, Robert Ivanov. What's going on?
Oh, the guy from Alaska.
The tires looks awesome. The wheelie bar looks great, and the option of having a big wheel or a small wheel, I love that. Transmission is nice. It looks just awesome. For the looks, it's 10 out of 10. I just I like it.
Yeah, they got the light buckets in the front too for the lights.
Yeah, Big Squid got the green one.
So the TMS, this is upgraded firmware for them that the TMS actually works for this, but theoretically you can't even use that once you're in the race.
Well, that's why you got the option to use it after you brake.
Yeah,
after you cross the line.
Is that going to be legal?
It should be.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if I hit the gas and I kind of hit the brake or let go of the gas and hit the gas again? Is the TMS going to be on?
I don't know that.
That's what one of the guy I was talking about. That might be a way to get around to work TMS. But anyways, so this is new. The transmission is brand new. Traxxas Trans Brake, which is to warm up your tires. Fine, that's kind of cool. But
no, that's actually for launching, not to warm up.
That's launch control.
That's true for launch. And I'm not sure. Can you use that in the drag racing rules?
Yes, you can.
So that's a good options. Tires are new. That's good. But the rest of the fact that they've reused the old frame and it works, but like it's crazy. I'm just disappointed, and especially on the power system.
Same old servo.
Yeah, same servo that everybody's been having trouble with. It's just crazy.
The rims are different.
Oh yeah.
Go away.
That right there is the only thing I really care about with that truck.
Is a transmission.
Yep.
And I bet you this transmission, you can actually buy this just as transmission and actually make it fit on your regular slash.
I sure hope so.
I plan on getting my hands on one as soon as I can.
I've already talked to my guy at the shop I deal with too.
Okay, they have an they have changed they also the tires reinforced better.
No, they did.
110 Pauls, send me an email at the tankrc@gmail, and I'll send you a link. So the tankrc@gmail.com. As easy as that, the tankrc@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link to join in the chat.
So the reinforced inner web tire design is not new?
Yes. Oh, the whole tire here, that
is, and so is the foam.
Well,
the foam is
the design of the tire is not, because they've used that same reinforcement on the inside on other style tires.
Yeah, honeycomb, yep.
So that's not new. It's just a new slick that is licensed for them. It's licensed through Mickey Thompson.
Yeah, and the slicks actually have threads, right? I saw another picture of it. It looks like they have treads.
No, it's a slick.
Is it a
the
slick?
front one has a tread. The front one has a tread.
Yeah, front has got slots, just like a line all the way through. Excuse me. Be right back.
The rear foam is new.
But it's a nice truck, but
that's what Squid has.
Some stuff that they did to me it's too bad. It's the new bumper. They have a new bumper.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But that's because to fit the body of the truck, it's a very short nose, so they had to cut the foam shorter.
The
Hey,
shock
Tank,
shaft is new.
Pick on that back dot there by the wheelie bar.
This wheelie bar at the back?
Yeah, because I think that pops up the transmission. Oh no, maybe
pops up the wheelie bar. If you want to see the transmission, I go here.
Okay, all right.
Bearings. Here's a transmission, precision case, and
There's
a dry shaft.
I think there's, if you pick on the transmission or something like that, that's where I seen that bottom panel that unscrews, where you can take that diff right out of it.
Yeah, we'll probably see that a little lower down.
Yeah. And there's the squid one, the green one.
Oh, I like that green one.
I like the green. I like the purple. I like the white.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squid got the green one.
Like,
when is this coming out?
It's already out very shortly.
Already out.
Yeah,
I like
Friday,
the black one the best.
That black one's nice too with that.
So they got a lot of different colors. So.
Yeah.
But just the fact that, okay, I got a slash here, but like it's the same freaking thing except for the transmission.
Pretty much.
It's 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every dragster are going to be 2-wheel drive unless you go in a 4x4 class, which there is.
Yeah.
That right there is the same basic thing. It probably sits about the same because I've got the shorter shocks on it. I've got the GTRs on it.
Trying to find a place where it talks about more of the transmission.
Maybe it's it might be down under the bottom there where you just were, under the chassis and stuff like that. Some of them sub tabs there. Scroll down. Keep on going. Right there under chassis and details. Yeah, you might be right there in them.
So in other words, if it's going to take that transmission, that the chassis is a little different to just to take the gearbox.
I think there was a picture or something in there that you can, keep on rotating. No, maybe not. So I think I seen it someplace.
In an email you got, maybe?
No, I was actually looking at the site. I was looking at the site. Yeah, let me get back. Let me let me see if I can find it real quick.
The body is cool, yes, but the transmission is a cool thing because of the new upgrades to it. The upper shaft, the differential itself, it's a lot better designed than the current setup.
It's also lower center of gravity with that too.
The chassis, Brad, that's a low center of gravity chassis.
Yeah.
No, their transmission's more lower center of gravity than the old one is what I meant.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. It's pretty close to the
You
same
look at
thing.
that right there.
Yeah,
It's
the other
very
transmission
similar.
probably did go up here a little higher, maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't as long.
No, actually, length is about the same.
Oh yeah.
It has a little bit of a lower profile, but the main thing is the aluminum motor mount, which will act as a heat sink, which will help cool it down more. The differential and the upper shaft that's now a pressed bit gear instead of one with a roll pin, which shears off all the time.
Therefore, it becomes more reliable
Yep. And can hold
and more
power.
bulletproof.
Oh, nice. Oh, they don't have it on there yet. Damn it.
CJ is probably right in a sense, is that this truck will get more people into drag racing just because of the look.
Yeah.
I agree, but Proline does have some nice C10 bodies that are just as nice.
Exactly.
But it is easy to buy this truck and put it on the drag race as it is. So
yeah. No, I agree. It'll get more people into it. But they could have done a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Hey, I just see they just released the parts list too, so you can actually get part numbers.
Really?
Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
if you would be so kind when you get that number for the trans or the parts, if you would forward them over, I would appreciate it.
Pass it on to
No.
everybody.
I'll get with Travis and have him order stuff for me.
How about I just screenshot it?
However you get the info.
Yeah, like I said,
can
it's a download PDF, so I'll send you the PDF too.
Cool. I appreciate that. Yes, Curtis, you can build your own from scratch. You could probably do it for a bit more savings, but depending on what the new transmission would cost, you gotta figure that in if you want that.
Anybody see the specs for the transmission? Is there any gearing change from the old transmission to this transmission?
It's a 76 tooth spur and a 29 tooth, and it's 48 pitch.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are
but I mean
48 pitch. I remember
Talking
that.
about
The
inside.
gear ratio by the time the motor to axle, the gear ratio, the overall gear ratio.
Hello, Paul.
How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you?
I did see something, Frank. Let me, like I said, I'm kind of looking at a bunch of.
Why do they call it the 272?
The
The
transmission.
Magnum 272. Yeah, Magnum 272. Why do they call it that? I got the feeling 272 makes me think of the gear ratios in the back, but you know.
Okay. All right. The overall gear ratio, Tank, is 9.82 to 1.
0.82 to 1.
And what's the old one?
I don't know. Let me see if I can.
So
open
Paul,
it.
you're the one that told me a couple things that you heard about the Traxxas Slash that was coming out. You said, "Hold on, you're going to see something special," and so on.
Yeah, so we have a contact in the States there. They down in the States they operate a little different than Canada as far as dealerships are concerned. So they have like a sales representative for districts and areas and stuff. So we were in contact with one of these fellows, and I mean, you know, blowing smoke up our ass, whatever it is, just making everybody excited. And quite frankly, it worked. I mean, the information that was kind of trickled downstream got a lot of people excited, but I believe that what they did may have backfired. I feel like it kind of butthurt a lot of people. And I think there's going to be some sore guys out there that are, waited for this. And, well, you can see it all over the group chats. I mean, guys are just not pleased, So I don't know. I mean, misdirection, timing. I think their timing could have been a little earlier or waited, but it is what it is. Let's face it. We built the Slash drag cars for a reason, because they worked and they were an available platform. The fact they didn't make small adjustments that really mattered for the competitive racers really irked them. I think the electronics adjustments they did, I mean, none of that's going to fit into any of the clubs. I mean, there's a race coming in Tulsa. They're completely banned all traction stabilizing and launch control, and the Vegas races, you're not allowed to have any of that. So that kind of eliminates their electronics, and that's where the money sits. I think Traxxas charges huge, and if you look at the cost of the VXL system alone, you'll see that that's a brunt of the cost right there. All I can say is I hope they come out with a kit version. The transmission's cool. Kit version. I think that's what I want.
Yeah.
And the shock setup is probably what's best for that type of racing.
Now,
No,
somebody was talking earlier about the body. Like, the body looks nice. That's going to get me in drag racing. Yes, it does look nice and all that. But myself, I like this. Like, this to me
The Camaro.
Yeah.
is nice. And I like the features of what's in here, and especially the power system. The power system in here will blow away the other one, no problem. But can you handle it? That's the big issue.
but there are some groups that will not allow the metal chassis.
Well, that's odd. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah,
One
that
of our
I
groups
have not
here
heard
doesn't
that.
allow it.
I have not heard that for the simple reason there's a lot of people that do the metal upgrade chassis on the Slash.
There's a
There is
lot
a
of them that
kit
just
that
go
you can
carbon
buy.
fiber.
Hey,
A lot of them
Carbon
go just
fiber.
carbon fiber. They don't even use the metal.
yeah,
Carbon fiber
it's
is
a whole new
even
chassis.
lighter.
It's a friggin' flat thing. You take the rear end of your Slash and you slap it on there. Take the front end, slash it on there with the front tower, and it's completely flat. I've seen a lot of people run those or change their Slash into that. So having a metal chassis, that's the first I've heard of a rule.
Yeah, well, that's something one of my local groups does for certain classes. If it's an unlimited outlaw class, they don't care. But they have certain classes, like the 13.5 class, they've got set rules and metal chassis is not allowed.
Yeah,
I wonder, does anyone know? Can they tell me if there's any benefit to the metal chassis? Like,
It helps with the lower center of gravity, so you can help keep the front end down better.
okay,
Little bit weight. The weight is basically.
right, okay.
So right now, ready to run. I know of 3 companies: the DR10 from Team Associated, the Losi drag racer, the 22S, and the Traxxas.
Yep.
So those are the 2 that are pretty good. This is a one of Team Associated 2-wheel drive buggy that they converted into a dragster. And this is the same thing with Lowe's. It used to be a race car, and they converted it to a dragster. So they
I
changed.
thought it was a truck.
No,
It
so
was it was a
the
short
local
course truck,
group-
yes.
yeah, so the 2.2 series is their race stuff, right?
Yeah, it was the short course version of the like the 22 5.0 or 4.0 that I was running in street stock, which was based on a buggy size chassis. This is based on the short course size chassis, but it's the same components.
Yeah.
Can-
Are all
And
the
anyone
wheelbases the same?
confirm or deny the fact that Losi using their race platform with the 2.2, does it, because you know how they change for versions every year, will the components be changed yearly along with their race components?
I hear what you're saying right now, but we're dealing with a whole new company. Losi has been bought out, and they've been
That's true.
restructuring for the past 4 or 5 years. So know of Losi previously, to me, is pretty much out the door, because now they're there to make money as long as they can.
Right. So what you're saying is previously they would change, of course, their race gear every year, and
Yes.
that would eliminate or discontinue parts from the previous version. Okay.
But
And-
like for the 3.0, or actually for the 1.0 up to 3.0, and then some of the 3.0 up to the 4.0 stuff, some of that stuff is interchangeable. Because I was running the 22
Right.
4.0 buggy shape, and I was running the 3.0 front arms and 5.0 rear arms. So some of that stuff will interchange constantly, but they do have a tendency for the race stuff to run things for just a certain number of years and get rid of it and change it up completely.
Well, and that was my question, is whether or not we're going to buy these new Losis and end up having that issue. Now, again, you're buying a Losi for a reason. I believe it's based on a race chassis. Therefore, I believe you're going to get a better performance vehicle out of it. So if they do change it year to year, understandably, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it, luckily, will interchange still.
Why
Right.
does the Losi's chassis look like it has a longer wheelbase? Is this the shape of the car?
It's just the shape.
Yeah.
I think they all have pretty much the same wheelbase, don't they?
Yes.
So it sounds like 20% of the drag slash is liked.
Yeah. I can tell you this though, John sent me the PDF file and I had other info from other stuff. It looks like the gear ratio inside the transmission is going to be the same. The previous transmission was also considered a 272, but it wasn't a Magnum. I'm thinking they're changing the designation to Magnum because of the new plate, the new differential, the way it's made, but it still has the same basic gear ratio to it.
Is it this? The other ones, did they use a 32 pitch or 48 pitch?
48.
48
Okay.
pitch for the outside, but you can change it to 32. I'm just talking about the internals, not the external.
Oh, well.
So I've heard a lot of people compare the new transmission, the Traxxas transmission, to the Pro Line 32 pitch. What are the ratios? Do we know? Are they comparable?
For what, the spur and
The-
pinion?
No, the internal
Oh,
for the
The
Pro Line.
internal gear for the Pro Line. I thought
Yeah.
the Pro Line used all the Traxxas internal gears.
a lot of it, you swap it over. Yeah, you just use the Pro
Okay.
Line case. I personally don't like the Pro Line cases. I was running those a few years ago and I cracked 2 of them.
Oh, really?
And I'd rather run an RPM or a stock case over the Pro Line. Only thing I would change that I ran in that Pro Line case is I had a hot racing differential. And that's real similar to the new one that Traxxas has.
No,
Metal case and all.
It's kind of.
That's why I said, so I'm talking the outer part of it, not the inner. Yeah, the outer part is fine. The inside still has the same 4 gears around the way the current one does, with the side gears going in.
Frank, can you go right click on your image and put your proper name on the bottom?
I like seeing Paul.
Just go rename. Right click on your name and go rename.
Who, me?
You can leave it the way I do, because that's what my name of my channel is.
So KR
Oh.
KBRC 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you right click on your image, go rename and put your proper name on the bottom. Somebody's asking that. Why does it say
Is
that?
it
on the bottom
Kurt?
of your screen?
Isn't it
It
Kurt?
shouldn't be. It says
Greenfield.
KBRC 13 on my. Let me see.
What do you want it to say? Because if you right click on
That's
it and go
what I want. Yeah, I want it to say KBRC 13.
oh, you want it to say that? Okay.
Yeah, that's my channel.
Okay. Somebody was
KBRC
asking
13.
that. How come it said that on the bottom?
Someone
Yeah.
just changed their channel.
It used to be Karen. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I think I saw that, Karen. Matt, Karen.
Seiki
Yeah.
Seiki Hobby Shop says he had to change all the electronics in the DR10 to race it. That
Yeah.
I can see it happening because some drag racing people have rules that you only can have a certain motor from this to this if you want to run on a certain class.
Yep, Paul, you're
That
coming in
open-
again.
but unless you go in an open class that you can run anything, then you can run anything.
I know stock, the new low C will run 43 miles an hour in 132 feet.
Does
Yeah,
anyone
that's
have GNSS data yet for the Traxxas car?
Have what data?
The GNSS, the data logger.
No.
I know Earl Moorhead had a
Yeah,
he did a GPS on it and it gave the graphs there. So
it has a very big uplift graph. I mean, it actually goes up real high, so it just
Yeah,
enhances all
I
the
have
way.
the older version here, GNSS, but I need to get the newer version. I wonder if somebody can hook me up with that.
With the Bluetooth one, the Bluetooth one.
yeah, like I said, he pulled all that data off the Bluetooth
Okay.
and screenshot it.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, it's in his video on it.
Yeah, I saw it. He measured out 132 feet, and he said he got 43 miles an hour in 3.23 seconds.
And what vehicle was that?
The Losi.
The Losi.
Do we have anything on the Traxxas yet?
Not yet that we know of.
Not
Someone's
yet.
gonna
but
do
I've
it.
seen.
I bet Big Squid does one.
I know Big Squid just did an unboxing of it, and I know Mark Santeria has one already too. So probably within the next couple days, one of them two will probably be running it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of excited. I mean, we get a first delivery here at the shop, so I'll have one in the next, hopefully, week and a half. But
Mhm.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
even though you're disappointed.
Well,
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I am disappointed, but I am also very excited about it. I mean, this is something we've been building for the last few years now, right? So,
Yeah. Well,
Also, Losi is returning to what one of its roots were.
don't get me wrong. I don't like the truck. Well, I love the truck the way it looks, but what they've done with it, I'd rather buy a Losi right now than what the Traxxas is. But I love the look and what they've done for the look. Like it looks like an awesome little truck. I think they could have changed the electronics, put a different motor, different ESC, and
Now-
maybe change the chassis.
what if both kits were available in a kit version without electronics? Would that change your mind?
Losi roller.
Versus and a Traxxas roller.
Honestly, the way I know the suspension settings from the buggy I had for super stock or street stock racing and my Slash, I would go with the Losi because of the smoothness of the suspension and the easier adjustability to
The
it.
tunability, yeah.
Yeah, it
I mean,
was
Traxxas or Losi's nice.
yeah. I mean, I've got the GTR shocks on my Slash, so that's an upgrade. They're lower profile, bigger bore, more fluid, and they work a lot better. But still, I would go with the Losi for suspension tuning capabilities because you can get the different toe blocks, you can get the different caster blocks for the front, camber arms, and all. You can get all that stuff to adjust it, to fine tune it, to make it handle right where you want it compared to the Slash.
Well, is that available on the Losi drag car?
It's the 22 chassis. It's the same
So it
part.
must be then, yeah.
It's all there.
The Losi is available for sale starting tomorrow. So first thing tomorrow morning, the stores have them right now in stock. The
The
people that
RTRs,
carry it.
yeah.
How much are they
And
going for?
Starting Friday, they can here in Canada $550.
Yeah, like 350 or something like that here. I know the roller is 220 here, and they've
So in
been
other words-
flying off the shelves.
That means it's cheaper than the drag slash.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
So is the
Wow, yeah.
DR10.
Well, that's like here our map suggested retail is $675.
Yeah, that's $100, 100 and
It's $100.
almost
Yeah.
more.
I heard they were going for. I heard they were actually going for $499, but you know that.
Yeah, that's
What-
US. He's talking
That's US.
Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. Yeah, Canadian.
Oh,
is-
okay. I didn't know, Paul, you were in Canada.
Oh, yeah, no problem, dude.
Just so you know, Brad, Paul is the owner of 110 Hobbies.
Oh, okay. And you in your hobby store, it looks like too.
Yeah,
I
he is.
am, yeah.
He's working late tonight.
Hey, your store is
playing
actually
late.
a decent size. You got a decent sized shop.
Ooh, nice plane.
Thanks, man.
It looks like you got like 3,000 square foot of property inside there.
No, it's small. It's much smaller than you think. Yeah.
No, now myself, if I were to get something like that, whether it be the DR10, the Losi, Traxxas, something like that, I would want a roller. I would.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they don't get me wrong, they look great. The truck looks great. The Camaro looks great on the Losi, but you see them all over the place in the real world and in RC. I want something different. I'll go with the new Supra, with the new Bug, something else. I just want something different. I don't like being the same as everyone else. That's why when I built a real car, I was driving an Olds, not a
Spray
Chevy.
can of paint will help you with that.
So or even if you had the brand new super body, the one that's out now, that would be different.
Yes, that's why I said I'd get that Bug body, the one from Proline or from Delta Plastics, one of the
Yeah.
two they have.
Uh,
I mean,
Jackson at RC Aviation is asking, where is your hobby shop?
Who, me?
Well, you're the only
Oh,
one.
am I
here
the
with a
only
hobby
one that
shop.
has a shop here? Oh, I'm in Pembroke, Ontario.
Pembroke, Ontario.
Yeah.
And if you go to 110hobbies.com, you'll see all the info there.
So in other words, you was he within 30 minutes of you, Frank?
Oh,
Later,
well,
Fern.
2 hours from me.
2 hours.
When I go to his house, it's 2 hours to go there, and then we chit chat for 4 or 5 hours. And then I'm back home.
So you got to make
It's
it
true.
worthwhile.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
full,
believe
so it's a
you've done
full
a few.
8-hour day.
You've done a few videos here too, I believe.
It's a full day. It's a full day when I go there.
Just a couple he's done there.
Yeah.
When I did the unboxing of the 64, I went there to do the unboxing of the 64, and I actually left with it, which
You did.
Got you
You
hook, line, and
can't help
sinker, huh?
yourself, can you?
Got your hook, line, and sinker, Tank.
With us, it's like men. They say men like the going into getting new tools and hobby store. It's all the same thing. It's a candy shop.
Yeah.
Well,
Some
being
women-
a hobby
some
shop
women feel
owner,
the same way
and I'm
too,
always
but-
in one.
Some women, yeah, some women feel
My-
the same way too. Who are in the hobby, they feel the same way. It's a candy shop to
Yeah.
them.
hey, barbecue's there. Stranger Elias is there. Stranger, he was just at my place. We actually unboxed the Komodo today. The Komodo GS02, I think it is.
That's the one I was giving him a hard time about.
Yeah.
Hey, stranger, what's going on, bud?
And you told him a true friend will not let you buy that, and I'm the one that told him to go buy it.
No.
He says he drove out there to buy a tank and doesn't regret it at all.
He
No,
loves
I
it.
said friends don't let friends buy Gmade is what I
That
said.
is it. That's it. Friends don't let
Hey,
friends
hey,
buy
Yeah,
Gmail.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? The guy who used to be under the banner. His channel was called RCing Around. He changed it to the Scotsman RC or something like that. And he has the Komodo, and he loves the Komodo.
Yep. Well, Sean's RC Adventure loves his Komodo. He actually had the Vanquish VS410. He sold it because his Komodo outdrove it.
Yeah.
So basically, he knows that parts are hard to get. He knows that the local hobby store can't get it. He had issues with his sawback. He had a hard time waiting for the parts for it, but he got the parts. So he knows that. But when he saw it, he fell in love with the look of the truck. And I told him, hey, I've seen people with it. A lot of people like it. And if you like it, go get it. Like it's your choice. But to me, I would. And the price was good. It was like really good compared to a SCX10 or the other guys. And it's ready to run. Not.
I really like that new Echo one that company makes. MST or
yeah, MST has one.
MST, yeah.
yeah, that Echo one is really nice. I love how realistic the 3-shaft system looks.
But we unboxed it to here, and then we started looking at it. There's bag full of plastic, lots of plastic still that you have to cut, that you have to assemble. All the roll bars at the back, all the roof, the light bar, the grill. There's a lot of work to do on that. And then when we looked in the bag, there's a thing of oil. I go, oops, I bet you the shocks don't have oil.
Is this the Komodo?
I took one shock off, no oil in the shock. The tires are not even glued. Those are not bead locks. They're just regular tires. And at the beginning, I go, what? It's the first ready to run that I see that you get ready to run, that the tires are actually not glued.
That's
kind of a good thing, though.
Yes, it is. And that's what I said after. I
like that.
At the beginning, I said, this is weird, but I like that because me being how I am, I'm gonna buy bead locks, and these tires are pretty decent. They are pretty decent. They're like the Super Swampers, and they're nice and soft. And I said, buy bead locks. I told him, like, go home, go on Amazon, go buy a bead lock, and we'll put it on. Like, don't bother gluing them.
So this is the Komodo we're still talking about.
Yeah, the Komodo. The tires are not glued. And then there's a little pot of grease. I go, oh no.
A little pot of grease.
So I opened up the diff. They're bone dry. So the transmission is probably bone dry also, but transmission, that's not bad. That can stay dry. But I did not open the transmission though. No, there's no grease anywhere. So we spent 3 hours on that truck, and then we started putting a light kit, a Tamiya light kit on it. And then we noticed a couple different things that, okay, I'm running out of time. I got to get ready for RC talk. So he left the truck here. So it was fun.
I hate to go on about a topic that the show is not about today, but You know, G-Made. Sorry, do you mind if I go on about G-Made?
No, go ahead. This is RC
Okay.
talk. As long as it's RC, we'll go for it.
It's not the vehicles and the performance that irk me. I mean, I have had some troublesome, vehicles in the past from them, but let's face it, they're fairly unique among the RC world. But my big issue is customer support. And being a hobby shop owner, my huge thing is to compete online. I have to have the customer support. And without that, it's pointless to buy from a hobby shop, frankly. I mean, let's face it, the prices you can find online versus a hobby shop. People are going to want the hobby shop experience. So we're here to stay, hopefully. But that's my biggest beef is their support or lack of support. I think. So sorry, go on. What's that?
It seems like WL Toys has better support.
Yeah. So that was my only issue. And I know they take pride in being a one-man show. That the owner of G-Made there, I mean, no one gets any emails back because it's apparently just one dude that runs the show. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's cool that, he's got such a huge business and it's just one guy, but at the same time, it could hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know he was one guy. I heard that from Stranger Today that you told them it's a one-man show.
Yeah. I mean, he might be 2 or 3 by now. I mean, this was 3 or 4 years ago, but the customer support hasn't gotten any better.
Okay.
GCM, your friend Chris, he's like a one-man show for the most part. I mean, he does.
Yes.
He does. But
He is a one-man, but there's people working for him. So
yeah, in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
all over the place. Chris.
Yeah, he's got contact
Yeah.
all over some of our country. Also, I just saw him playing with one of his friends with some of the vintage stuff in the forest. That was a cool video.
Right. That was just recently too. Yeah.
He just broke his Kyosho. I was like, how did that happen? He broke his Kyosho Turbo Scorpion, man.
He was running it.
Yeah, well, he snapped that rim real bad.
I just saw Chris today. I picked up a little goodie from him.
Oh. Did you get a C-Max too? Oh, you got his. How the heck did you buy that from him?
That's not a rock. That's a rock hopper.
I should talk to him more often.
Yeah, you should, Frank.
But he's also hours away from Frank.
Pardon me?
I think he's also hours away from Frank, isn't he?
He's
Frank?
about 1 hour. He's about halfway.
He's halfway between Frank and I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Chris. I wish he was here today.
Chris is he's a solid dude, man. Him and I do business all the time.
I do feel bad that he lost his left hand. The other guy was cool too.
Pardon me, left what?
He what?
His left hand, the other guy.
His
the other
helper.
guy left him.
His helper left him?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
No. I'm talking about the guy who went to Newfoundland.
The guy that went to
his left-hand man.
The other guy he used to do the videos with.
I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Joe? Was his name Joe or something like that?
Joey was not his
Joey.
partner. He's just a guy like me that used to drive with him and ride with him in Ottawa. He's just a guy that loves RC.
Yeah, I thought he was like his left hand in a matter of speaking back in the day.
His channel is Renault Boys RC.
Renault Boys RC.
Yep.
Those two are good together.
So what are you going to do with the laser nut? Just going to bash
Hey,
it, just have fun?
I honestly don't know. Yeah, he brought it by kind of to show me. He brought the Rift by too. I wanted to have a good look at it. I don't know if y'all know, but I don't deal Horizon stuff here at all. Okay. So that's why I was asking so many questions about the low seat. Just super curious. But yeah, so I don't know. He brought them by. I wanted to have a look at them, see what we were dealing with. Then I kind of fell in love. You know, just because I don't deal Horizon doesn't mean I don't like their stuff.
It's a 1/8 buggy. It's a 1/8 buggy, the laser nut. So it handles superb in the air. It's crazy.
I there's a place about 20 miles from me that I go, and I'm picking up some parts from them tomorrow. But they at least have Horizon, and they have my favorite company that they sell there. So I like it if you could have Horizon and that stuff and still sell both products.
Okay.
I'm kind of glad you don't sell Horizon because you probably have a lot of multitude that things that people don't have.
Yeah, well, I have MST.
Yeah,
like I carry the MST, so that's
not
not
when
standard.
I talked about that MST, that the new one is really nice. I wish I could own one of those for a crawler.
Ethan Brown is asking a question: is Trail Critter near you guys? Yeah, he's about 4 hours away. He's pretty close.
Yeah, 4 hours. That's close. Yeah.
Closer to
Well,
me.
you know what?
than
In
me.
Ontario here, we're used to driving. It's such huge distances. So like 4 hours is like an afternoon drive.
Heard that. Same way in Texas.
Yeah, right.
Or Alaska.
4 hours for me, I'm in Laughlin.
Probably Alaska's the same way too. But when I drive to see my mom, which I haven't done in a long time, she lives 6.5, 7 hours from me.
Yeah.
So that distance is bigger than ones you do normally.
Looks like somebody's asked if we heard from Steve O.D. JD Passel said that we heard from Steve O.D. And
I heard yes.
Timblin said he's back home doing better, JD, which is good.
Yeah, he was on a video. He was a live chat, according to John.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on someone's live show.
I think he was on 11 Charlie.
He was on 11 Charlie.
Was it?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Steve O.D. is a guy that we know, Paul, that is battling cancer right now. So
good thing I heard his tumor shrunk a lot, according to John. So he may beat this.
Yeah, he was supposed to go to my TTC. The problem is this friggin' lockdown that we have in Ontario.
Yeah, they can't go nowhere still.
And my trail also. So I lost half my trail. So I redid my trail on the other side. Started to redo my trail on the other side. But I'm kind of scared that the other guy is going to tell me the same thing now. So
you are
do the work and just do it, or do I send all my stuff to a guy that lives 10 minutes from me, and he's got the property to do it, and the property is his. So I'm thinking I'm going to put my effort at his house and build something awesome there. So
probably a safer bet.
Yeah, because when it rains, it pours with property, man.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you just have to move.
Yeah.
Hello, Sang.
My wife says if we move closer to the city.
Closer to the city.
Yeah,
you have less property to deal with then.
Yeah,
then she's gonna pay more for taxes, more for the house, more for everything.
I hear property's good out
for sale around here.
In Pembroke.
you want to know something? I know that even with the population you have in Canada, you still have a lot of big cities.
Hey,
there's a few houses for sale around my neighborhood.
I am not living in a city. No friggin' way.
I don't like living in a city either.
A small house will go about $700,000 for
crazy the price of a house.
It's crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came from Vancouver a few years back. Vancouver was crazy.
Things are the houses are going up here too. In our country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a universal thing going on right now. Houses are going up everywhere.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm glad I rent.
Right now, it's better to rent to own. So eventually, you will own the damn thing.
Oh, I just rent because he pays everything else. So he pays repairs and stuff like that. So cheaper on me.
I mean, I know where
today.
Oh, I like the black.
Even though it's a Ford body, I like that. It looks nice.
And there's two different grills for it. One that looks like a plastic or a sticker, and there's this one that actually a molded grill that you can have and put on it.
Is it licensed?
I don't know if it's a licensed truck body.
It's murdered out. I'll tell you that it's murdered out.
But it
looks good.
The back end.
And
the back end, I'd have to get the truck and show you the back end better. I have it here in the box.
It's murdered out. I mean, it's black on black. If you wanted to do an interior,
Oh.
it'd be black on black and keep it murdered out.
It is the front weight balance, which is nice. It's got the CMS. Brad, can you tell me what CMS is?
It looks like it has something to do with the steering.
Chassis mounted servo.
Okay, chassis mounted
Or
servo.
steering, either way.
And it has a
Four-wheel drive
TTR.
transmission. That's their axle. It's got 4 links. The links are in plastic, but they look nice and strong. Plastic
They look
slides
like
good
the
on
Axial
rocks, so
ones.
that's good.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Plastic is better sliding off of rocks.
And these tires are nice. They're nice, and I like the fact that they're not glued. So
You know what? It looks like they put that stuff that you put on your tires to make them look shiny. That type of stuff.
Maybe. So it looks like a pretty good truck. It's going to perform pretty good, I think. It's got good flex. I didn't see anything wrong with it. We started it up and it ran fine.
I want to see Paul put out an MST and go to your place and see how that works. The new one.
Why don't we do that up there, Frank?
An MST, yeah.
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
MST. The was it called the Echo or something like that?
Yeah, it's basically all they did was they classify it as an 8 scale. It's the same size as a Traxxas 12.3-inch wheelbase, but it is their 8th scale, and it is their first 8 scale non-portal that they ran.
It's also top of the line. I think it's considered their top of the line kit.
Yeah,
They're
and
gonna
the
do
bodies
that
are nice too.
If you're
It
gonna do
looks
that
good.
scale, if you're gonna do that scale, you might as well also go to the ones that I've seen that were started the crawler phase in the 8th scale. The ones that are, what was the name of it? Hobby Horse or something horse.
Sean's RC Adventure says it's not a licensed body.
The tail lights weren't Ford. That's what I was trying to see. The Ford ones would wrap around more on the side. So, I mean, it's got the Ford cab, but not a Ford tailgate. Or
The headlights are the same.
that's why I said.
Yeah,
Ford
the headlights
cab,
look good. Yeah,
Well, they got wraparound at the back. It does wrap around.
but not the way the Ford
Try to
does.
find a picture. I know he's got a lot of friggin' pictures.
Tracks
I
and
like
Hobbies. Tracks and Hobbies is what I was thinking of.
I like that. So you don't, it's not a kit, but you still have to do some work on it. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can
there's
get
that
your
green
hands
color.
dirty.
There's that
kind
green
of a
color.
Lime.
Yeah, that's a different shaped tail light, so it's not a Ford tail light. So
And what's nice with this body is you have the buckets. There's light buckets and there's the
Tail buckets.
harness to actually hold the LEDs there. So everything's there to make it look scale.
I think it's interesting at the level at what they released it at. The fact that you have to put your tires on your shock oil. I often wondered that about RC 4-wheel drive too. They come without shock oil, but I think a lot of guys, that's kind of their first things that they do is they drain the shock oil, put their own in, change the wheels and tires. So a lot of that, I mean, makes sense to me. Either that or they're just, keeping it in a price point by reducing the amount of work they do.
I heard some of the aluminum rims are coming down in price. It looks like for those trucks.
Maybe. I know on Amazon you can find some pretty cheap one,
Yeah.
but the quality
And
is
they're
cheap
still
also.
decent. And they're still decent quality. The ones too, the aluminum ones that are going for a decent price.
yeah, depending on which ones you get, I've seen some that are real lousy.
I bought some that was real lousy.
We've all
Yeah,
been
buddy
there,
of mine-
dude.
buddy of mine got some, and I was out with him one of the few times I've been out trailing, and he went over a rock and it dropped down maybe 6 inches and it cracked the wheel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's bad metallurgy.
Yeah.
I know that a lot more aluminum rims are coming for touring cars too.
Yeah, that's not worth it. You don't want that.
We had, it's funny, we're talking about aluminum wheels. I had some brand new aluminum RC 4-wheel drive wheels come through here, and a customer wanted to put them on the Kyosho El Camino. So we had to send them off to Chris at GCM to machine them down. He machined down the backside so they tuck under the car. So Chris goes and puts it on his lathe, and I guess it's not aluminum. Like whatever they're using, it's really soft. It jumped out of the lathe, made a big mess of the wheel. not Chris's fault. It's just the material. He works with aluminum, and he's like, man, this ain't aluminum. I believe
Sounds
he
like
called
hot
it
metal.
like floor scrapings with glue, maybe in it or something.
That sounds like a
Probably-
pot metal.
Yeah, it's probably a powdered setup.
Yeah.
So here, Tank, it's the closest you can get to a Ford Raptor without it being a Ford Raptor.
There's
See,
Sean. Hello, Sean, and there's his Komodo that he loves so much.
so what I like about yours is the windows are not painted. His were painted. So
Yeah.
he put a sticker
Yeah,
on.
I put the sunroof in mine and everything.
Okay. Yeah, he liked
And
the roof rack, and I like it too.
Yeah, I got the Raptor stickers made for it.
Oh yeah. Cool.
So I put the Raptor because it's as close. And then that Ford, it even has the 3 little yellow LEDs. That's from a Ford Slash. Just fits right on.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it just fits right on the front of it from a Slash Raptor.
Okay, so that grill in front is from a Slash
Yeah,
Raptor.
this is from a Slash Raptor. Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that grill, you can buy that grill separate for it's like $20 or something.
Oh, there you go.
And then it even gives you the 3. It even gives you the 3 places to put the yellow LEDs,
Nice.
like a regular Raptor has.
Yeah, it's licensed grill, so you're getting a.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
So it's as close to a Ford Raptor as you can get without it being a Ford Raptor.
Who do you think is going to come out with the TRX Dodge body?
No one.
A what?
Oh no. The
TRX, the TRX Dodge body,
The Dodge Ram TRX.
Dodge Ram TRX.
which is the Raptor, which is supposedly
Right.
considered a Raptor killer. So
Yeah.
Oh, the Rebel? You mean the Dodge Rebel?
no,
No,
it's called the
TRX,
TRX.
a different version.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a Rap-
The Rebel is meant to be the Raptor killer.
No, the
It's actually
TRX
really
is
nice, like the Rebel.
the TRX is it has a 702 horsepower, does 3.7 seconds. to
Sean,
0 to
did you
60.
change your shocks? Are you running these SD
Running,
shocks?
yep, running all stock shocks. Yep.
I hated filling them because they say bring it all the way up, fill it up to the top, put the cap on, and no, it doesn't work.
No, I fill them like 3/4 ways.
Yeah, so because there's no bladder or anything, they're a pain to actually fill. But I did end up filling it, so they do have the 2.
Yeah, none of them leaked, nothing. They're all still stock shocks. Everything.
How many millimeter are they? 90.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how big they are. They're nice and thin. They look scale.
And
Exactly.
that's even the stock tires.
Cool.
That's the stock tires and everything.
I heard.
They're like super swampers.
I
Okay,
heard the
and
stock
those are
tires
rims
are
you
actually good tires.
No, the rim. Yeah, I just put the rims on it though. I just put a different set of rims. But there's the stock tires, like so.
Are good. I heard they're really good and soft.
They
So
are,
Stranger says for his Raptor, he's making from Crawler Concept a license plate. Is going to be written not RTR. That's what's going to be on it because they
Yeah,
sell it
right
as an RTR, but let me tell you, it's not an RTR.
It should be called an ARR, almost ready to run.
He told me a story that he watched a video of a guy that did the unboxing, put the battery, put it on the rocks outside, and he got stuck. He couldn't climb, couldn't do anything because the rims weren't glued to the
Yeah.
tires.
Oh, that video, that guy. Yeah.
So the guy kind of said, "Well, this truck is no good. It can't climb." Well, that's
Yeah,
because the
the ri-
tires weren't glued, buddy.
Dude, I watched that video. That was hilarious. And then you want to see when he glued the tires, the next video, he got like I don't know, like a big pot of glue and like glued the outside of the whole tire to the rim, and it was like, oh my god, I was killing myself laughing. Like,
Well, that's strange because when you look at the instruction of how they tell you to glue the tires,
yeah,
that's how they tell you. They
I know,
have
yeah.
the tip of the glue right on the outside. They don't tell you to lift the tire a bit to make sure
Yeah.
you put your bead of glue inside the bead.
yeah, he glued the whole lot. Dude, I was killing, and he called himself something like the world's best RCer or something as his channel. Or something. I would have to look for the name of his channel, but dude, I was killing myself because he was on like plastic pipes. So the tires, it was raining, the tires were sitting there and the rims were all spinning inside it. And he was complaining about the truck not like gripping right and everything.
Brilliance in
Killing
action.
myself.
Dummy in action, actually.
I sent you a link, Radioactive.
So out of this group, who all here is going to end up with a Traxxas drag slash? Sorry,
Not
bringing
me.
the subject back around.
Not me.
Not me.
I'll get the transmission. That's
And
about
so
it.
will John. John will do the same thing. He wants the transmission.
Yeah, I want the transmission for my bomber.
That
want
might
the
be what some
transmission.
people are actually going to do is just get the transmission and fit it on their Traxxas that they currently have.
But
I've
you
already
know,
made sure with my
what-
race
what's
that
so-
it's legal.
what's so spicy with the transmission?
It has
It's
a new
a-
differential. The upper
Shield
shaft
bit.
is no longer a roll pin holding it in. It's press fit. The
Lower profile.
little bit lower profile. It has a metal motor plate that acts as a heat sink.
And I
So-
think the
And
most
it's going to
unique
permit
thing-
you to put that new Traxxas, that long bar at the back.
that won't do me no good.
But the transmission will be what's over like 150 bucks, the whole thing.
I'll find out tomorrow because I'm going to talk to Travis and get prices.
I just tried to look up some of the parts and they're not listed on Traxxas yet.
Yeah,
I'm
he'll-
sure it's over $100 transmission.
Well, just a regular one to build it piece by piece is like 85-90.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
Yeah.
going to be more. I know that's going to be more easily.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe Paul can see if he can look it up. the
I'm
price.
doing that right now.
Okay.
I said I was going to talk to Travis because I've got to go out there, drop off the Beast chassis that I finished up. But he's going to be talking to his Traxxas rep tomorrow. He sent me a message just a little bit ago saying that. So
Okay.
Would it be cool if they actually made a chassis using both the rear, using the same type of setup to make a transmission the same in the front? Therefore, that would make that a new chassis. Because they would have to change up to take that gearbox too in the front.
that makes no sense, Brad.
That makes
Yeah, I
no
don't
sense
get it.
what you're
What?
saying. What do you mean put the gearbox in the front?
No,
It's a-
they have a shaft drive going through it to go up to front, but the gearbox would look pretty much the same.
That's just the 4x4.
it's a two-wheel drive truck, rear-wheel drive. Why would you have a drive shaft going?
No, I'm talking about they could use it on another kit that way. I'm not talking about for a drag car. I'm talking about for another type of car.
It makes no sense.
Did you take your meds today?
Yes, I actually have a new med too. So
It's not working.
Yeah, it's definitely not working.
hello, Radioactive.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
So Radioactive, are you going to get a new drag slash?
No, that's why I didn't join. I don't drag. I just crawl.
Yeah, that's it. Crawling is
Hey, crawling out
is
of bed
king.
doesn't count.
Crawling
Crawling out
is
of bed
king.
doesn't count.
What is that, Sean?
Said crawling is king.
Crawling is king, yeah.
Yeah, crawling is king.
Hey, Tank, the Stampede, you were talking with me about the Stampede with the pinion gear. It was the motor shaft. It was the bearing in there was all wiggling and everything.
Okay. You can actually buy the rebuild kit and rebuild
was
it.
wiggling. Yeah, I bought another motor.
Later, AJ.
Not a Traxxas motor, but it's I bought the Armor hot motor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sean,
'Cause I've had a couple of motors go out on me, that Traxxas motors.
Yep.
you want to get technical? There's the king right there.
The night hauler, the king hauler.
So sorry to interrupt, guys. So I have a few things here that have come up that's kind of interesting. The wheel and tire set for the Traxxas, they are completely slick.
Yep.
They should retail brand new US for $54 for rear tires.
Yeah.
They do have the complete line of bodies almost available. They're up here, part numbers already.
Hey, Paul, I just sent you a message with a actually full parts list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have
They
a
did
full-
It's in the chat. It's down in the chat. It's a link. You got to download the PDF so you can pull that up and look at it.
I have the. I'm going through my supplier here for the Canadian Traxxas distributor, and I'm just looking at some of the costs.
Hey, will them tires fit the Stampede 2-wheel drive?
Oh,
They should. They're
They
just.
should.
I haven't looked to see what the hex size is.
Yeah, I think they're 12 mil. They appear to be.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not seeing anything on the transmission at all. I'm seeing some components like the aluminum plate can be replaced. They have like several different colors, pink and red, anodized.
Pink and red anodized. What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let me see. Sorry, there's so much.
There's also the blue, which they use.
Right. Yeah. The wheelie bar. I mean, right off the bat, you can get orange and.
The plastic with the orange.
Yeah, the orange. You can get blue and red. Chrome. They have the Traxxas axle wheelie bar, charcoal gray.
That sounds cool.
Now it's quoted as being aluminum. I don't know if it's actually aluminum.
Probably aluminum look.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
a 2-wheel drive Stampede into a drag car.
Yeah, no, it's too high, too much of a high center of gravity.
Yeah.
Well,
body accessories, foam bumper,
Also,
bodies.
the wheelbase wouldn't work.
Hey, Brett, I sent you the same PDF that I sent Paul.
Well, not for
Yeah, I
competition
got it.
or anything, just for messing around.
Yeah, but they
tell
got
you
nothing.
the truth, me, if I were to buy a new RC, instead of buying the drag slash, I would go for the new Fortec, the Fortec 3.0.
Oh, that'll be cool. I have that coming too next week.
Well, guess where I'm going next week?
Yeah, yeah. Along with the Bronco. I'll have the Bronco here next week as well.
17 millimeter hubs.
For the drag car?
Many people going to buy that new Bronco though.
So the drag slash is what millimeter hubs?
17.
Oh, really?
Yep, because I've got the PDF John sent and hub retainer, 17 millimeter hubs.
Kind of makes sense in a way. The bigger hubs, but
Well, the problem I see with that is availability on the market for tires.
Mhm.
That's going to be an issue because no one else makes a 17 mil short course style tire rim, right? Do they not?
Nope.
it's Traxxas. Traxxas does that. They don't want you to put other tires on their truck.
But the thing is, Proline has their new wheels with the interchangeable hubs
Yep.
that have all different sizes.
Oh yeah, that might. Although I don't. Oh yeah, they do have them in
12,
short course.
14, 17.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna have a really quick look again at the tire, at the wheels here in the picture. I don't know. They don't. To me, they don't look like 17, but
They don't, but it says
So
right here, wheel hubs, spline, 17 millimeter short, 2 long, 2 wheel nuts, spline, 17 millimeter, 4 blue anodized hub retainer. Yeah, so
wow.
it's got a 4
So they
millimeter
won't
nut
fit
on
the
it, but the
Stampede?
hub is 17.
Unless you
Yeah.
get 17 millimeter hexes.
Based on that information, yeah, they won't fit. Yeah.
All right.
That said, though, I mean, let's face it. If you want to run a 12 mil hex on it, I mean, I'm sure parts off the wall off of a slash will fit.
Mhm.
You change the rear bearing carrier, maybe your drive shaft.
Well,
You
the
can have
shafts
12
are
mil.
basically the same ones that are the new Rustler 4x4, their extreme version.
Yep.
So it's still the same axle stub size. So you can put a 12 millimeter hub on it. That's what I'm running on my slack.
Oh, I wonder if they've done the same thing that they did with the Max, because you know how they run. I think it's just a 5 mil axle stub with a nut on it, but they run a washer on the wheel.
Yeah,
It might.
anything's possible. Yeah, blue, green, orange, pink, red for the motor plates.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get you a picture
They
of
have
the
a
Max.
BEC assembly.
That's a bummer. You just can't put them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait a week. Just wait a week or two, and we'll find
We'll
out,
see what's
and
out
we'll have
there.
more info.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these wheels on the Max are 17 mil with I believe this is a 5 mil output stub shaft,
Okay.
but this is just a spacer or a washer they've put in here.
Yeah.
But this is actually a 17 mil wheel, so they may have done that with the slash, the drag
Yeah, I
slash.
think that's what they did because it's got a regular 4 mil nut on the outside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
They just went with a bigger hex because how many people, and John, you can attest to this, how many of us have stripped out the regular 12 millimeter hex just running, not even trying to race?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All it takes is landing wrong on it.
Yep.
Yeah, but on a drag car, I mean,
No. I'm just saying in general.
Anything.
Oh yeah, well yeah, totally, yeah. No, I get that. But on a drag car, I don't see that being
The 17, it's a bigger surface area, and that
More
bigger
bite.
hex, it's got more material in there, so it'll hold on to that a little bit better.
Yeah,
It
no,
disperses
I
it
understand the concept behind it. I just don't see their theory as to why they would need something like that on the slash. But I mean, maybe it's just that fast it needs it.
It's a 3800 Millennium. It's not that fast.
I know, right? So
I mean, they're thinking people are going to run it. Yeah, the thing's set up and it's capable of 3S, but most of the sanctioning bodies for the drag
They're all
racing is 2S.
but anybody that's going to buy this drag car though isn't going to be somebody that's interested in drag racing.
At least not at first.
Right. But when
Once
you do, then
realize-
yeah. Guess we'll see, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, Robert.
Like I
how you
said,
doing?
basically, I'm just going to get the transmission and probably the body mounts on a body, and I'll have a drag car.
Yeah.
I already got the wheelie bar.
Yeah. I'll just get the transmission and put it in my race slash. Like I said, I've already talked to my guys. I told them, I showed them everything with it. They're like,
Robert Ivanoff,
okay.
welcome.
it's legal. So I'm good to go.
I sold my two wheel drive Traxxas, so I got to get
Yeah.
another or get an Arma, one or the other.
I'll go get you an Arma. So, what's up, Robert?
What car is that, Paul?
This is my drag slash.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just filling time. I guess it's
Yeah, I seen that up in the corner. I was checking that out there for a second.
Old
And
Parma
the
body.
body you had on it is an old car?
yeah, the 55 Bel Air.
Okay.
I just threw a body on it that wasn't selling in the shop, so the J Concept stuff is way too wide for this. But
Yeah. Now, which body is that one? Is that a Parma one or what?
the Bel Air,
Yeah,
no, J Concepts.
it's a J Concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an actual drag one. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm needing something along those lines, but for the standard slash, not the narrow thing.
Okay. You want it to fit the regular slash and not the
Regular
narrow
slash. That's what I need for my bomber class.
Well, that's what this J Concepts is. This is not a narrowed body.
What's
The
width
drag
of the
car
back end?
itself, the car itself is narrowed, but the body is not.
Yeah, see, I don't have narrowed suspension at all.
Oh, okay.
So I
Yeah.
need a standard fitting.
The octane body, even though it's overkilled and overdone, does fit the regular slash.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
I don't think they'll allow that one. They will allow the that Dodge version that they've got. Someone's got a Dodge Dart or something like that out
Okay.
now. They allow that one in my group, but the octane is not allowed because of the way the rear profile is.
So that's just way too many rules and complications.
Yeah.
That's why I stick
More
with-
in it, get the remote and go to the bush.
Yeah, that's it. You know?
So Randy Sir Chirpalot said he sold his DR10, and I don't know what will be built up later, but it sure won't be a Traxxas.
Yeah.
So you got
I don't know.
another choice is just the Team Associated.
You know, that's what you just sold.
Oh yeah, that's what he sold. I mean the
You can get
Losi.
the Losi.
Sorry, Losi 22.
I mean, I'm turning some pretty good times with my car. In fact, my car is only 3 days old, and I just cracked the 3-second mark just yesterday.
Okay.
What motor you running in it?
The X-Run V10 Hobby Wing,
Okay.
8.5, and the ESC is the X10 Pro.
Okay. You got the Wi-Fi module for it, is Bluetooth?
Yeah, all Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I got one of those sitting right up here, but no ESC to run it with.
I honestly, this ESC at 160 amps, nuts. Like, they're like, I know guys, actually most of the guys around here, when we all started off with the Castle stuff, and then I thought, well, I want to try something new, so I threw this guy in here, and I'll tell you, the tuning on it is actually far better than any of the Castle stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So many more options with the Hobby Wing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also,
I mean,
the price is a little better too.
Well, what
No,
the Castle is priced better. Like this ESC retails new for $300 Canadian.
Wow.
Whereas the equivalent in Castle, I guess, would be like $110 for the Sidewinder 3. You could jump into the like the Mamba X,
Or you can go new Copperhead that's out. That's in between the
Copperhead, yeah.
two.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's no one's. I don't have any data. I don't know who's running it or.
We got a few guys down here that are, check out the AZRC drag
Okay.
league, and you'll see some of the guys running those.
What amp are they? Do you know?
I don't know offhand.
See, that's
can't
the
remember.
thing. I'm having a real hard time finding any amperage specs on any of the Castle stuff. I mean, they seem to range from only about 80 to 100 amp. So, like going from 80 to 100 amp for any of the 10th scale stuff, jumping up into the 160 amp Hobby Wing just kind of made sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say the Hobby Wing 160 is, I think, around 2.25 or something like that. I think here in the States.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, 300 Canadian, 2.25 US. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Try to find it here. I mean, the
So
Copperhead's 2
Randy
to 4S.
says- Randy says he had on his DR10, he had a 4.5 turn on it. What ESC were you running though?
And what cap pack were you running too?
Yeah. But when you run your truck, Paul, or your car on the drag race, do you guys have classes for motor or type of motor you need to go from what to what? Or
No, we've limited it to this. We've really simplified it. Short course style tire, wheel and tire. It could be treaded, whatever you choose. Belted, non-belted is fine. Has to be a 2S, but not the high voltage 2Ss. We're keeping it down to the standard 8.4 max. Closed wheel, we've kind of been allowing that to go. The open wheel stuff, we're not finding any advantage for anyone running an open wheel, but guys seem to like it. We have one guy running a trophy rat body on his, and it looks super rad. It's all narrowed and stuff. Actually, it's very similar to Harley Designs. He built one back a year ago, a drag trophy rat.
AXJ.
But other than that, like, we haven't really limited.
Hey, Tony. Welcome.
No, here it's all closed wheel. We have noticed here the open wheel compared to closed wheel does make a difference for us in our area.
What's the differences that you're finding? Are they faster?
Yes, open wheels are quicker.
Okay. I see. We haven't experienced anything enough yet to actually put a limitation on it. The guy that's running it, I mean, he's fairly new. We're all new to the drag racing, so we haven't had to change anything yet that would make anyone slower.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
got a
years
lot-
ago, I started getting into this. I started doing all the no prep type stuff years before it became popular. Everyone said I was nuts for doing it. But we did some stuff with the group I race with. We do a little drag strip on the side there. And we noticed open wheel was faster than the closed wheel with the similar chassis and motor setup.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
Because I
don't
mean,
know.
in real life racing, I mean, take F1 for instance. I mean, they would love to put, deflections over their wheels because the wheels themselves can be a drag. But
Oh, yeah.
at this speed, I mean, I don't know if that's.
Well, look at a top fuel dragster.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Right.
And
Yeah.
it's got the wing at the front, which helps put weight on the front, and the wing at the back, which puts the weight on the back, and the center of the car bows up.
Right. Yeah. You know what? We haven't found any differences yet, but yeah, I mean, if clubs are finding it, absolutely. Like, you have to draw a line somewhere, right?
Yeah, because the one group that races out here, they race constantly. They've been doing it for the past 4 years. And one of the guys that won up there in Vegas is from here.
Oh, cool.
So they've got a lot of data.
Yeah, it's one thing we don't. A lot of our data comes just from third party. We're having to find out, through other groups or chats.
Yeah.
Does that mean next time I go see you, Paul, I'm gonna have to bring my rail car and drag race with you in front of your house?
Oh, I'd love to see a video of that. I'd love to see that.
I haven't taken it out in a long time. The only problem is it's got a Summit ESC in it, so I got to run 4S. So I'm out of the class right away. So and I got a 5.5 turn in there. So
it's funny you say that because I've got the Kyosho GT2 VE. Like it's the long. We did a video on that one, Frank. My 01 car. Anyway, I've got it up to 6S now with 4 slicks on it, and I was doing a heads up with a few of the guys that were running the 2-wheel drive drag cars, and I wasn't that much faster.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's yeah. So 6S versus 2S. I know a lot of people put a lot of money into the voltage, but man, these guys got the 2-wheel drive drag cars ripping nearly as fast. I've got some data that I can show you. I had the GNSS in my car, and I was ripping. I think I was doing 55 miles an hour, and they were doing 50 miles an hour in the 132 feet. So,
well, it's all how can you get those tires to hook? So too much power off the start line is not good sometimes because
oh, totally, yeah. I mean,
you don't have the weight and you're just spinning.
Same with the real cars.
Yeah,
That's why you play with the throttle curve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And also the cat packs, whatever you use for capacitor pack, you dial that in so it brings the power in how you want it, when you want it. So that's why their 2S wasn't far off your 6S. They're probably running a higher cat pack on their ESC to help bump up the power to give the motor more sustained voltage.
Yeah, honestly, I think they were just running standard Sidewinder 3 with no caps at all. Like,
and that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 50 miles an hour at I think just shy of 3. I think I was getting 2.7 seconds with my 6S. Yeah, it was hardly worth the 6S.
Yeah, you've got you've got the weight of the 6S, and you're running 4-wheel drive with the 4 slicks, which is grabbing a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, my G rating was 2.4.
Yeah. Now drop it down to 4S and see where you're at with them.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I mean, I'm going to do a little experimenting.
Cool.
Let's see.
Christopher, thanks for
I'm
the
guessing
trophy.
your guy that runs the Trophy Rat, his name is Christopher Dunn. He's in the chat right now. He said thanks.
Yeah. Chris. Yeah, he just broke the 3-second today. I think this was his like second or third time we've kind of test and tuned it. So
yeah.
Cool.
Well, somebody's asking here, how do you play with the throttle curve? To me, there's two places you can play with the throttle curve. Well, that depends if your ESC will let you. Some ESC permits you to do it into the ESC. And sometimes you have to connect it to the PC to actually adjust it. That's why those Bluetooth one are way better, because you can actually adjust it on the fly, not on the fly, but right there on the street with your phone.
Oh yeah.
And the other ones are doing it from the radio. Some people have a combination of both, but usually to me, it's better to have it on the ESC itself than
on the ESC, and then you do it with the computer program, like for the Castle Link, the Tekin Hotwire, whatever it is, as long as it's something you can get in and do fine tuning, not like the cards where you press a button and it goes 10, 15, 20%, something like that. You need something where you can actually make the curve go the way you want it.
Now, let's say you're on a budget, right? Like this person may very well be. What is the best way to do it, say, with your radio?
It depends on the radio.
The radio has to have it.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be your exponentials. Is that correct?
To a point. Some of the spectrums have a throttle punch. You can adjust different things in there on the spectrums. I don't know, Frank, on the radio link. I haven't looked at that stuff yet, but I know it has availability to do some tuning in there.
Yeah, you can.
I just haven't messed with that yet. I haven't read up on it yet. The easiest way though is with like a Castle Link or a Hotwire. You can get more fine tuned for it. The radio, you can do some things, but again, it depends on which one. And most of them, unlike the radio link, are a higher end piece, which is another out of low budget territory normally.
AZ, can you check your microphone and put the other one on? Because you sound like all night you've been sounding like you're in a can or you're far away from your microphone.
Sorry, I'm leaning back so my back's killing me. That better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the distance I was. Sorry.
No, I know you have a back problem, so that's not an issue.
So, no, it's easier to do it on the ESC, especially since you can get if you get a new Castle ESC, at least they used to have a deal to get the Castle Link either free or at a discounted price.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a $10 off, or you can get the card.
Yeah,
the card
before it was the actual link, so they've changed it. The card is good for bashing, but not for real fine tuning.
And Paul, like you're saying, if you're on a budget and you're starting to do drag racing, those two don't go together.
No.
Like if you're on a budget, don't start drag
racing and budget don't go together. I know that. But I think it's important though. Well, I think it's important though to cover, because I know there's a lot of people that are just starting that need to know some small basics. Like, yes, you can set it from a linear curve to, and a lot of it can be done on some of the more inexpensive radios. That said, that is probably one of the more inexpensive things to update to that can be carried on throughout different vehicles that would be more cost effective to achieve that, a very thing by changing your throttle curve. Now, if racing's really your thing, you really want to dive deep into it, then absolutely, spend the money on a good ESC and get something that's programmable.
Yeah.
It's that a lot of it can also be done in the timing off the ESC, the boost, and the turbo timing.
Yep.
That's another way you can also build in. That's another way you can also build in the throttle curve.
Yeah. Not all ESCs have boost and turbo though.
Yes.
So, and some of those are a higher price as well. But that is
where a lot of the you can actually do it with the Sidewinder 4.
I know, but that's still compared to like a Just Stock or something like that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Just Stock's $100 one for the Just Stock, and then what, $215 or something like that, I think, for the Pro one.
Hey Jake, welcome in.
Hey Jake.
Brad's
So.
getting all excited. He's looking at all the screens. He goes, Jake's not in here. He's in the chat.
Yeah,
Jake's
So.
in the chat, Brad.
I see that.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going through some of my ESCs here. The Castle stuff to find that promo for the Castle Link.
Yeah.
I know it's a little different here in Canada, though.
Yeah.
I think it
Someone
winds
said,
up costing you about $40 to $45 for the Castle Link to connect to
Yeah.
your computer.
What
I have
about
two of them at home. I have two of them.
yeah.
What about
and
a
that's the thing,
comparable?
it was like $30 before for the Castle Link.
What about the programmable hobby wings? They're comparable.
Some of those are a little bit more.
It's 20 bucks for the card. Then it's I'm trying to 20 bucks for that. And then the Wi-Fi one is like 60.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, 119 here in Canada.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about the curves and the throttle and how to set your ESC and all that. It's basically almost the same thing in crawlers for drag brake, because you got drag brake, you got ESCs that says, oh, it's a crawler drag brake because it's got drag brake on it. It's a crawler ESC because it's got drag brake, but there's different rates of drag brake that you can actually put on your truck. And some of them are programmable and some are not.
Does anybody ever run 100% drag brake?
Yep,
The crawler.
I run 100% drag brake.
Yeah,
Yep.
most ESC gives you 100%
Yep.
drag brake.
Yeah, I believe the Traxxas one only 100%.
Yeah.
It's on or off. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Komodo's like that. The Komodo, we were just playing with it. We took it off the drag brake, put it on with the ESC. But then I found out that ESC does not have, it doesn't have brake. So when you go forward and then when you go back, it actually goes in reverse. So, which I'm going, oh man, I hate ESCs like that. But
Oh, you got the ready to run one tank, did it?
yeah, got the ready to run. So he's going to have to be careful when he brakes. He's going to have to hit the brake, but he's got to be careful because it's going to start reversing right away. So
You're talking about the Komodo, right?
Yeah, the Komodo.
So it doesn't have the crawler drag, like the crawler reverse in it?
No.
The ready to run has one of the ESCs that you even pull the little plugs out for between LAPO and.
Oh yeah, I have that's how slightly programmable my 1060 is on my Hornet.
So
you change the position of that thing.
Yeah, you put there's two jumpers on it, one for LiPo and NIM, and the other is for drag brake or no drag brake.
Yep.
And another thing I found out, even though Traxxas claims they're still not dealing with Castle, some of the actual Traxxas ESCs you can still hook up to the B-Link and still play with them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, same with the Castle Link. Yep.
Did not know that. Here's a question that I was thinking. I know earlier on you guys discussed the traction control and everything for drag racing and how some clubs may or may not allow that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that this new program in the VXL that's coming in the drag truck has a blinky mode, right? Yeah. So that it shows that you have all the traction control functions off when racing. I wonder if they have made the blinky mode completely disable it for the braking at the end.
That is unknown to me at this moment.
Right. Yeah. That may be something that I want to look into because, I mean, if you're in blinky mode, but they're allowing you to use that braking feature, which doesn't, if it's used properly, it doesn't give you any advantage other than not destroying your car at the end by skidding or sliding off.
You can turn it off and on where it will only kick in after you brake.
After you hit the brake.
Yeah, so you can turn it off and on.
Right, but will the blinky mode disable even that from working?
That's a good question.
It disables usually your timing curve and your timing takes that all out.
Yeah.
Which seems weird because you're allowed to have all the curves and stuff. I mean, you're allowed to play with the ESC. You're just not allowed to have traction control on. So I'm curious to know what exactly their blinky mode.
What the actual parameters are.
Yeah. Be curious to know.
Yeah.
Now here's another thing with the TSM. I just thought of this. How Frank was talking earlier. If you use it at the end of the track, I wonder if that also has something to do with that drag or that staging button there for the launch control. I wonder if you put it in reverse and hit that button, if that enacts the TSM.
Right, man. There's so many. Yeah.
Hey, I thought there were. I thought there was a thing that you can use on pretty much. There's a programmer that you can buy that will pretty much work on any ESC that I've seen.
That's not.
No,
true.
they're all different.
Some will work with others. It depends. Some will cross over to others. I know a couple of the hobby wing ones will work on like the Toro ESCs. Some will interchange here and there, but there's not one for every ESC.
Yeah, I think the one that he's talking about, I think there is one that claims to do it all, and it is on the Hobby King site. and I have my doubts that it does.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I believe it's.
I know someone who has it, and I've messed with it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I had my doubts, but I know.
Yeah.
You just never know until you get your hands on them. Sometimes, you just got to try it.
Exactly. That's the worst part. Getting your hands on it.
I mean, I've got a number of programmers. I've got a few.
Yeah.
That's not all of them.
Why?
And that's not counting my Castle Link or my Hotwire.
So
So
how many do you have?
I've probably got about 15 of them.
Wish you could spare one.
The thing is, they're all different ones except for 2 crawler ones that are identical. And those, I use all these because I take them to the races with me because I'm one of the tech guys. Yeah. And if someone comes up and their ESC isn't in blinky mode, I've got the card. I can put it in blinky mode so they're set to go.
I wish I had one for my hobby wing. I don't know if it's even programmable that way.
Which hobby wing?
Yeah, the 1060. I wonder if it can still be programmed through that thing too.
The one I have is for the 1080, so it wouldn't work on that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too, because a lot of the packages, like the housings, if you peeled the stickers off of them, you wouldn't know what one is what. Like they're all identical.
They're all identical. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the like a few exceptions, like the X car, I believe, from Hobby King, is a very weird looking one that I haven't seen before. But most of them are just like the Hobby Wing, clicky board thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
The Hobby Wing works on the new Spectrum Firma 40 amp that comes in the SCX 10.3s. It works on that one too.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's nice. It looks nice. It works on the axial.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've got the Hobby Wing digital one right here. Then I've also got one. It's the Reventon, like for the Speed Passion. That'll work on a couple different ones as well.
Oh, look at that. Look at the size of that one. That one probably has tons of programs.
Not really. If you look at it inside, the card inside is very small. It's just the case. So.
This thing is crazy. This is the first time I've actually had a truck with a working turnbuckle that you actually have to actually use this thing to center and adjust your axle perfectly.
Old school.
Yeah, so it actually has a turnbuckle. You can adjust it, so you can adjust the actual lean of the axle.
I've seen ones that look like shocks in that position.
So that's a BRX1, Paul.
Oh, I've seen ones with just a hole in it.
Yeah, that is a sweet truck.
I do like.
It's definitely the nicest chassis I've built. Like, I would say this is the number 1 chassis that I've built, and then the VS 410 Pro would be number 2.
Cool.
Has G-Made gone away with the Phillips head or the Phillips head screwdrivers?
Yeah. The first
good.
first Komodo was Phillips head. The second one was all Allen heads.
Yeah, good. That's a big upgrade because I mean they were a pain.
Well, the
Well,
cage
that was fun.
that he built today, they actually had some small little tiny Phillips head screwdrivers.
On the roof rack and
On the
all.
roof
probably,
rack,
yeah.
yeah.
But the chassis, if I take my old original Komodo back over there, the Komodo 1,
Okay.
the whole chassis is all Phillips head.
Oh yeah, no, it's all hex on this one.
Yeah, everything is Phillips head. The original Komodo.
What is it you were showing, AZ?
The beast.
The beast.
The beast.
The beast.
He just wanted me to get the chassis built for him. And I went through that box. I went through all my stuff. The drive lines were not in the box. And he's like, yeah, I might have given those away by accident. So he's got to order new ones. So that's the only thing I didn't put in was those.
Okay.
Everything else, he said he'll do the body. So that's why I got to go out there tomorrow and drop this off to him. So I'll be talking to Travis about the drag slash.
Cool.
So hopefully I am going to try to do a video on it with Travis. I've already talked to him about it. He doesn't have a problem with it as far as I know, but he's just waiting to find out when he's going to get his.
It sounds like Travis has all the drag cars.
He's a shop.
Oh, I thought
So-
maybe he has them all for his personal use.
No, he's a shop.
Paul started doing his own videos for unboxing and things like that. I guess he got tired of me not going there, and so he started doing his own thing.
It's true. It's true. Not nearly here enough.
But he was going it like he was doing it for a good week, like a good week or two. He was coming out with videos
A
every
good
day.
week.
Pow, pow, pow.
Is that all? Is that all I get as a week? I think it was like a month. But
And since then, nothing. Like it's
well, you know what? Yeah,
crickets.
and you're right. It's you know what? It's hard to run a business and do the YouTube at the same time. Honestly, my producer that was helping me do all this, he had to step away for a little bit, so that's why we're on a little bit of a hiatus. We got started.
That's what I figured.
Got an idea,
He has
but
actual producer. Dude, I got me with my phone.
Yeah, same with me. There's a guy in Houston who has a hobby shop who does his own. I think he has his son help him.
Well,
I
he
don't
had
have,
a
I don't have
producer.
time, man.
No, he's got a hobby shop and he does the videos.
His producer was the technician. He was the producer, technician. He was the editor, and he basically did everything. The only thing Paul did is stood in front of the camera and smiled.
And talk.
He doesn't know how to build his own car.
Who does?
Who?
You, Paul, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
I can build my own car.
Yeah, you can build any kit.
No, I'm talking about video production, Brad.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, if I could continue that relationship with him, as far as like him doing all my stuff, which it will carry on. It's just I just don't have time to do the editing. I'm trying to convince my 10-year-old to do it, but she has no interest.
That's why Travis does a Facebook Live. He was doing it every week for a while, but he's eased up a little. But he does it from his shop on a Friday night after he closes.
Yeah, I gotta adopt something like that. I guess I don't have the confidence that everyone wants to like look at this once a week.
Wow, there's plenty of people like that. Yeah, who wants to look at me? I mean, I still have to do it though.
A stranger wants a 6x6 that does not look like a Mercedes Benz. I guess he's got to get the axial one. Axial has one.
They stopped making them. They just stopped making them.
There's the 6x6 you want right there. The
Yeah,
Land
that's a
Rover,
real nice one.
the
Land
D130.
Rover 6x6, yeah.
Yeah, the 130 as he calls it.
The D1. Well, it is. That's what it is. The D1.
The D130.
So that one is from who? Boom Racing?
Yep.
No.
I'm racing as well. It's a.
This is the one you want.
That's too small.
No, I actually need
JPL?
that truck.
Yeah.
There's a
Stop
difference.
making
There's
the
a
axial
difference
one?
between it and the
Yes.
BRX01. Like,
They did.
so
Nice.
there's a big difference between it and the BRX01.
No, I need some of the military trucks like that.
Yeah, so that's the 6x6 I'm building.
That thing
And
is
it's a
nice,
beast.
though.
That's a beast too.
Yeah, I've got so much to freaking.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's like what my dad used to drive in the army.
Yeah, and then I'm building this one at the minute for Axial Fest as well. I'm
Oh, so you're
building
still gonna
that.
do that one?
I'm building this one. I'm building
Stranger,
the
you should have told
6x6
me I had
at the
another
minute,
one
like
here. I got another 6x6 here.
The WPL, huh?
Yep. I need to get one of them.
Yeah,
Tank,
well,
tank, was that ready to run or did you
That
build
is the
that?
ready to run one.
It's
Yeah.
ready to run.
You turn the steering and it goes boop, and then goes.
Yeah.
they do have
So
one that-
okay,
I
the
want
new
it for my
ones, the
project.
new ones have proportional steering now.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Do what?
Yeah.
And they have proportional forward and reverse too.
Hey, Jackson.
Yes. The great thing about the WPL though is the scale to the Hanglong tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scale is just about bang on. And the tanks are phenomenal. You guys play with tanks?
I don't know.
I
No,
have two of them.
Not
One is from
personally.
you.
I might
I
actually
mean,
be looking to get one now.
I'm
I
they're a
surprised.
lot
at
of
what-
fun.
We have a group that does tank battles, and the guy that has them at his house is 15 minutes away from me.
The only thing is they are slow off the start line when you're drag racing. But other than that,
That's
they're
it.
pretty fun.
We're gonna do tank drags.
I've heard that some of them can hit 10 miles an hour.
Well,
Well, I
I
don't
had
know.
a tank drag here with Yannick on my last video with the tank.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I had drag race with Yannick, and I thought his was going to be faster because it had a shorter track, but actually mine was better, was faster. It was weird.
So what are you running again there? Oh, you've got the Leopard 2A6, do you not?
Yeah, the big long
And
one.
he's got the Bulldog, does he not?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bulldog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Sean wants to get into it. He's diversifying in his RC now. If he's going to get a tank,
You know what?
I just want a tank for a build that I have in mind. I just
Oh,
want
yeah?
a tank
Yeah.
to build up in mind.
I know exactly what one you're talking about, Sean.
Yeah.
I had no interest in tanks, like zero, until I actually got my hands on one, and immediately, I just was drawn to it. I can't really even explain why. I mean, they shoot airsoft, which is cool. They have like laser tag.
All newbies.
Yep.
there's a company. There are people who actually make tanks that are actually 1/35th scale too that were radio controlled.
Yeah. Well,
And 20 and
As close
20
to
and then when the
tank as I
120
have.
they have ones that are 1/24 scale, and of course the 1/16 scale.
now didn't I believe Aaron did Medic? He had one. What was that?
The big 5th scale one.
Only the fifth
Oh
scale.
yeah, that thing
Yeah.
weighed over 200 pounds.
200 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. His father has it now.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that
okay.
thing also costs like $15,000.
Yes.
Like that's
yeah.
the difference. Yeah.
That's a nice digger that you have there, AZ Froggy.
Actually, it's just a crane.
The crane.
Nice.
Green.
With all
Is
the
it-
pulleys, it's really cool.
How much does it
Full
cost?
functional.
How much does it lift?
It's under a pound, but
But you know
Beer
you can
can.
actually, put the micro servos in for the STX 24s and stuff, and actually make all them chains stronger and pulleys stronger.
No, bigger than that. Actually, I know guys that are putting in full size
Full-size
servos.
servos in
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
well, this one's kind of on the smaller side, so I'd probably go with the micro size.
Mhm.
But that is the what are they called? Huina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huina.
that's the one. That's the same scale, I believe. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
well, Helena used to be, I think they used to be hobby engine.
No, it's always been this.
It's always
Hobby engine
been
was a
that.
takeoff. It was an offshoot of them.
They
Hobby
actually,
engine.
Yeah.
believe it or not, they do make ones that can lift more than a pound. I know that.
No, yeah, you can get them to do more than that.
That's a nice dozer.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice.
Oh, you got a lot of nice new stuff, you over there, man.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm not going there next week.
Look at that. You can use all that to help
Nice.
make your own thing, Frank. You can just have fun making your trails with those.
Man,
That's right. There you go. You can sit
Hey,
in
you
your
know
lawn.
what, Jesse James.
You can have Paul come over and help you do that with one of
That's
those.
right.
No,
Do the bulldozer that trail for you.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean? It
Paul,
can be done.
Done.
Paul,
Yeah.
you had one of the Jesse James 53 Chevys right there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep, I got 2 of those sitting in the backyard right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna want all the files that I've generated for this. Let me give you a really quick little brief look over this. This is completely re-engineered. I've been working on this for a better part of about a year now.
You do know that the chassis length is the same size as an X01, right?
Yeah, but I still wanted this to be adjustable suspension, and
Well,
So that's
so it's
all
all
3D printed.
it's all 3D printed.
What is that?
This is the I think it's a 1954 Chevy. It's a Jesse James toy from like 95 or 96 that they had in
94.
Walmart. Is it 94?
Yep.
And I've basically redesigned the entire front to have,
Hobby
full
grade.
size. Yeah, all hobby grade, brushless. The whole
Yeah.
rear end is bearing now. It's got touring car aluminum shocks, but it's for the most part done. I even
What's
built.
the-
Sorry, what?
What's the scale?
1.7.
Okay, because it
27.
looked big.
It is big.
Yep.
So
It's
I even
a t-shirt.
redesigned the full steering.
No, one of them I'm gonna do is a speed type deal on the X01 chassis.
That would
And
be
then the other I
gnarly.
want to just redo. No, I
Jack
know it's
there.
94 because my son was 2 years old when they came out.
That's cool, man.
Hello, Jack.
G'day, g'day.
Hey, Jack.
Hey,
Get
Jack.
I get I see
G'day.
Sean always does that
Maestro
when you
has
come on,
entered the
Jack.
chat. The maestro is here.
It's thank you very much, Brett. That was a nice comment, mate. But it's good to see Colonel Sanders here as well. How you doing, KBRC 13? How you doing, dude?
All right.
Colonel Sanders with a mohawk.
I tell you what, if you cut that beard short, that's it. Your twins over the other side there,
Yeah,
tank.
thanks. Twin.
Yeah.
Or Sean could just dye his white.
Just cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I need to grow my hair like a mohawk, though.
Yep.
My whole,
I need to friggin' shave mine off, actually.
Jack comes in and he does his comedic activity with us. It's awesome.
I got to have a bit of a laugh here and there,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, you do. That's what.
We
Hey,
just started. We
Matt,
just started
RP,
lockdown again here, so
Oh,
Oh,
Another
that
lockdown.
sucks,
Again.
man.
that's 4 now. That's 4 lockdowns.
Where are you, Jack?
7, Melbourne. How you doing,
Oh.
Paul? Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in
Paul,
Melbourne,
I need
mate.
those files. I need to get with you on that.
The what?
Those files for the stuff for the Jesse James card.
Oh, I'd be happy to share them, man.
how much is it going to cost you after it's all said and done?
What's that? The Jesse James car?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the amount of time I've put into it, if I'm not counting that, probably like $300.
That's not bad, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not, I'm
It's
not
nice
using all
body.
high-end stuff. I'm using what Power HD 20 MG servos. They're not,
Yeah.
they're fairly inexpensive.
Yeah.
And everything that I'm using in this, I'm reusing a lot of the stuff, and anything that's I'm not reusing is like 3D printed. So it's all fairly, and you don't have to go brushless. You can use the stock brushed motor in it. So
Mhm.
Oh no, I'm gonna use a Summit 775.
That works.
that's a big motor for this. I don't know if you'll fit it in there.
Oh,
Hey.
bet me, I'll get it in there.
Hey, they used to do it on bruisers. They used to have 750s in those,
Right.
and that's 10th scale. So it would fit in that if you allowed it to fit in that. It's big enough. The chassis is big enough.
I don't think that the space is what the space would allow the size of it, but it's the transmission that I don't think. I mean, it's one of those. But hey, all the power to you, man. If you can make it work, do it.
Well, I've got a friend I'm gonna be dealing with here soon. I went to high school with him. He's at a machine shop
Oh, great. Yeah.
and he does gears and things like that. Because I found out I was looking for someone to do some worm gears for a forklift I've got up there. And yeah, he's
Well,
like, "Yeah,
I'll
I
send
can
you the
do that
files.
here."
You can get it machined in aluminum.
Cool.
Hey, Paul, look, if you get that thing going, maybe you could start doing things like Chris does. Start making your own thing straight from your hobby store, including selling the stuff you sell normally.
Oh,
him
boy.
Your
in
own product
shapeways.
line. That'd be your own product line.
Robert Ivanoff, have a good one. See you
Yeah,
later.
Robert.
Hey, Paul, are you going to be getting the new Kyosho USA 1 in store?
I am. I know someone that wants one.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
I have a couple on pre-order.
Good.
I think one of them's got your name on it.
I don't think so.
No.
I wouldn't mind, but man, that thing is going to be sick on 6S. Like, that thing is going to be sick.
Well,
I
you
want
know
that
all they
body.
are. They're just this. They're just
I know
a
it is.
fancy
It's
fox.
just like the Fox.
Yeah.
With a different body.
Yeah.
And I know
And-
that thing is mad. It's
And they are. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
And it's a chain drive, which is interesting, the way they have the chain drive on it.
Yeah.
And you know,
Jack used to have one.
Yeah, I used to have the Fox, absolute beast.
what now? Did you ever have issues with the chain?
Never had an issue with the chain.
Yeah,
no,
see,
never.
I would have thought for sure the chain would have been like the issue, but it's not. It's
No.
The only
Never had an
Kyosho
issue
I
with it.
see the chain being an issue on is that 12 scale pan car where it goes right by the battery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
oh.
Phantom. The Phantom.
Phantom, yeah.
Do they still make that?
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
re-released
did.
it.
Yep.
Oh,
And it's
I'm just
quick. It's
waiting
a
for
quick
Paul
little
to get a
guy.
raminator in so I can go and review it.
Ooh, there you go.
oh yeah, no.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Did you know that if you put a torque tune in the re-released Scorpion, it will do 25 miles an hour with that first motor? That's pretty damn good.
Really?
Yes. Watch Shen RC. He did a video on it and did 25 miles an hour with a torque tune.
Wow.
That means that gearing's really good then.
Yeah, Paul does pretty good with Tamiya. He has a few on his shelves.
Oh,
The Kyosho Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
I have
torque
I have the 50th anniversary one. I don't have an original, but I do have a
nice.
re.
Yeah, the re-release will take a torque tune, which it's under 20,000 RPM, and it got 25 miles an hour out of it.
That's moving. That's pretty
Hey,
good.
JM, did you pre-order your tickets yet? Tomorrow's the
Yes.
last. No, okay,
Yep.
tomorrow's the last day.
Yeah, I pre-ordered. I got the shirt and the hat and whatever the hell else in that package.
Yeah.
For what,
very
Axial
expensive.
Fest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Axial Fest. Yeah.
That's like $75 for that package for the 3
Yeah,
days.
Tomorrow's the last pre-registration day. So I
Yeah,
don't
Tank.
register.
Yeah,
I think
I already did that before I even found the room.
Tank. I think well, after this lockdown, we need to take my trailer down there.
At Axial Fest?
Yeah,
That would be fun.
that'd be wild.
Yeah.
I
Road trip.
I don't have a room yet, John. I have the air flights booked. I have tickets to Axial Fest booked. I don't have any hotels or any of that shit booked. yet.
Well, like I said, I got that one I got there. It's got 3 beds. So
Well,
Hey.
you got it. You find a different one.
no, that one that I told you about.
Send me
Already
the
booked.
link. Send me the link again.
All right.
Hey, Sean, it seems like you're going to be hitting a lot of things this year.
Yeah, I was in Georgia last weekend. Then I'll be in Axial Fest. And
You in Florida?
I'll probably be in Austin again in September. Then after
Oh,
that.
he's got to do something because he spends that much money. He's got to get he's got to get his money's worth, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him. How far west do you think you're going to go soon? To Axial Fest is the farthest west?
You know, a trip to the West Coast on my horizon, I'd say. So probably.
And if there's any G6s this year, you'll probably want to go to one of those.
No, there is a G6 in Pennsylvania this year.
You planning to go into it?
Nope.
Oh, he was going to come to my house, but now my trail is all screwed up. So
I know,
now he
yeah.
can't come.
I was gonna pick Green Frog up on my way up. We'll both head up the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Frank, you had something good going, and now everything's getting thrown into the wind.
Yeah. Welcome to Ontario.
Yeah.
What's your
Out of Canada.
what's your hobby shop called, Paul?
110 hobby.
Oh, it's 110
Referring-
hobby, is it?
Yeah, referring to the 10th scale. Yeah,
Yep.
I get asked that all the time. Sorry, I had to fill you in.
I
Me-
think
me-
it's kind
me
of
when I do my-
What does it mean?
Me, when I do my video, it's 110 hobbies, the one place where you have 10 times more fun doing it.
That's not so many.
And how many freebies you got so far, Tank? You got any freebies off him yet?
How many what?
Freebies you got? How many freebies you got off him now?
How many freebies? I pay
yeah,
for
freebies.
everything I got from him.
Mate, listen, Paul, when he comes to your store, mate, charge him double.
No,
Charge him double.
I pay for it, but the markup is very minimal.
Ah, is
Very
it?
minimal. If any.
It's a small markup, is it? Ah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he
He
would have
said-
given him a couple of bucks off, but because he is a friend of his and he
A
does
buck.
advertise for it.
That was maybe the first two purchase I made, but right after that, like I was more aggressive. So
Look, Kagan,
He's still trying to run a business. He's got to make money.
I know. He's obviously expanded because you didn't open up that store that long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like a couple, not even 2 years or 2 years.
What? Yeah. So we're working on our 3rd year now. So 2.5 years yet.
So it's
Yeah,
been
and-
successful.
Very. Yeah. COVID actually has been the best.
Yeah, that's what I heard. There's a guy by me, L Hobbies, Bad L Hobbies by me. He said the previous month before the COVID, he said the other ones, the months that COVID was enacted, he says he got more things sold than he ever had the previous month. I mean, and he's
Yeah.
not too far from me, but he said his marketing, he got stuff sold up the yin yang. I mean, things were just coming out the ears on that one.
well, Paul's got a big concrete slab poured behind his house there, behind his shop to actually expand. It's been there for a year now, so
Just
waiting.
less. Yeah. I haven't had, with the building cost of lumber, I'm holding off. So
Lumber's high.
Yeah.
Lumber's high everywhere.
yeah.
But you probably want to make a track for your business.
I'm sitting on like just less than an acre. So eventually we'll put a track out back too.
You'll be a crawler track and what, an off-road track?
Yeah, I want to do like a 8 scale buggy with a old dirt oval.
Oh, John will be up there when the borders open up. He's gonna go there and he's gonna mess around and he's gonna play with your rules. play in the gray area.
I told my wife I should try to buy the property behind me, and from the lady that told me not to go, buy it off of her and do an RC park there.
Yeah.
It's just
That
going to
would
be
be awesome.
crawlers and trails, and
Hell
That would be
yeah.
awesome. That would be awesome.
because
You-
everybody that came to my trail, they says this is the one of the best place I've been so far.
It is.
Everybody's been having fun. It's crazy.
Yep. So coming from the West Coast out in Vancouver, we have a ton of trails with all mountain-esque there. And moving here, I was so deprived. And then actually going to the Sims, Frank's place there, it was wonderful. It just kind of, well done. Very well done.
it's
Yeah,
spoiled,
so-
huh?
Frank will be the crawler trail run mecca. I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should actually try to buy the property from her, Frank.
And everybody loves Sandy Hill because it's a hill that you get to and you go, oh, this is going to be easy. And also,
Yeah,
it's sand.
whoops, I
sand.
can't make it up. Like, oh, what the heck? What's going on? Like you're trying to make it up there and you just can't.
Have
You
you
know
any,
what's funny?
have you, hey, Paul, have you any 110 hard bodies in the store?
No, I don't. I've got the, no, I don't.
Yes,
the
you
RC
do. You got a lot
prototype.
of hard bodies on the tanks.
Oh,
Right.
No, but I meant the
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
I
not
I'm
know.
trying to think of a
110 though.
body. I'm trying to think of a body for this build. Right?
Oh, okay.
What
There's
one?
something different from Canada. Might have been something different.
What build is it?
This is a SEX 10-2.
Hey, you have a 3D printer, don't you?
Get the Toyota pickup truck there.
Oh,
I have it. That's more. I realized that like there's a Toyota, there's a Toyota, there's a Toyota, there's a Toyota,
that's-
there's a Toyota Tundra down
What's
there.
wrong with that?
I think of a little too many between Toyotas and Land Rovers. Like there's Land Rover.
What do you want to do?
Gladiator.
To get the RC four-wheel drive Blazer body.
Or a Ford Bronco body.
Jeep
He's got a
Gladiator.
Bronco.
Ford
Oh,
Bronco,
brand new Bronco, the brand new Bronco,
The new
Hero
Bronco.
body.
the new body Bronco.
Yeah. There's a Bronco right there.
The
You
new
know, I'm talking about
Bronco.
the new one.
The
Uh,
new bright body is a lot nicer than the freaking new Traxxas one.
I think Sir Shrimp-a-Lot had a Ford Raptor body pickup truck from New Bright.
Well, I have the Komodos are pretty much Ford Raptors.
Ah, okay.
What about the RC four-wheel drive Hero? That
That was a nice truck. I like that
yeah,
truck.
I never saw that because that is actually a 313 wheelbase, isn't it?
Yes, and it had. You know what? It had. That thing was so scale. It had the total underpinnings of what that car was in real life.
So,
Too bad they don't make it anymore. Too bad they don't make it anymore.
No, but Team Raffi picked it up.
Yeah.
So it is still being produced by Team Raffi. If you look it up.
but
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
they sell just the body though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asia
so-
Tees.
actually
Asia
the-
Tees, I think.
Yeah, it's exactly. It hasn't changed. Just
Yeah.
Look what I got here.
Oh,
You got
nice.
the jerk.
What's going on, IROC? Good to see
When
you.
did you
pop
get
in here.
that?
The Jerp.
Yeah,
When did
we're
you get
heavy.
that?
you got the jerk.
The cross
did you
country off-road from RC four-wheel drive.
When did
where'd
you
you
get
get
it?
that?
Hey, you got one too up there.
Hey,
Yeah,
when did
you
you
know
get
whose
that?
it is?
No?
It's for sale, and it's Chris's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, GCM. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the monster buggy and the monster
Oh,
buggy.
he's got some
No,
upgrades
no.
on that.
No,
He's got
no,
his
no.
transmission in there and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do like the monster beetle underneath there, though.
A
I
friend of
saw-
mine that lives
there's a-
locally here in Orleans, he lent it to me to unbox it and review it and go over it. So to make a
Oh, okay.
video
I
of it.
thought you were looking for one because I got one.
No.
Hey, Brett.
If I was you, Hank, if I was you, I would tell your buddy not to open it and keep it sealed because they're actually being ripped off RC four-wheel drive's website and everything. You can't buy them anymore
Yeah.
because of the lawsuit. So in about a year from now, people will want that when they can't get it. So that's what
Yeah, well, it is open. He's actually ran it. He just put everything in the box. So it's not an unopened box. It's been opened before.
Here's XJ. Thank you very much.
Hey,
But I
hey,
think
Brett.
he knows that it's a discontinued thing. So,
Yeah.
but
Paul,
that one from GCM is interesting. Maybe I should give him a call.
you have a question in the chat there. He's asking how much for that Jeep, I guess.
I have to remember what Chris told me today.
Are you dealing with sometimers disease right now?
A what?
Sometimers disease.
Alzheimer's.
Sometimes
Yeah,
you remember,
Alzheimer's
sometimes you don't.
disease.
It's yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna say here. I would suggest maybe to get a hold of me if you're in the area.
It's the stranger, Ali.
Oh, yes.
Allah.
It's Stranger, my buddy that got that G-Made truck.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
So just get a hold of me, and if he's kind of a friend of our stuff here, I'll just let it go to him for what Chris wanted out of it.
Okay.
I don't have interest in making money off Chris's stuff. So
It's a nice truck. You can see it on his website. He's actually changed the whole transmission. He's got his own transmission on there that you can actually put a 3D motor on it, 3D
Yeah.
printed motor and all that.
I'm
All
gonna-
the driveline has been changed. So,
I'm gonna verify that though.
oh yeah, to make sure that he did leave it in there. Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
he got the nylon axles?
No.
No, not on
Oh.
that one. He just did he just did the conversion for
Oh,
it.
okay.
Okay. No, it is all back to factory.
Oh, okay, it's back to factory. Okay.
Yes.
Which is still nice. It's a TF2 chassis, so okay.
That's what I need.
You guys were saying they discontinued that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all discontinued, that truck. You can't find it anywhere.
well because they're being sued by Jeep.
By
Yep.
Jeep, yeah.
Jeep
Okay.
good, so.
So I should
Wait,
have
wait.
one if I can find one.
Yes.
Okay, I can find
Like
one.
we can ship. I'll ship it to you at your cost. It's cheap from Canada to US.
No, I'm in Canada.
He's in
Oh.
Canada. He's in Canada.
Then it's
Hey,
more
I can get
expensive.
one. I can get one. I know where there's one in Alberta that's still brand new in the box. I can get
Oh,
one.
okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're interested, if that's gone, let me know.
Yeah, and you got a webpage, eh, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, 110hobbies.com.
Okay.
The one, it's it's letter ONE, then the number 10 hobbies.
Hey, Brett.
You see that?
Hey, Pasto.
I saw Monster Beetle painted in flat black. You would have liked it.
I've seen a number of them like that. There's two guys.
Radioactive.
Yeah.
110 hobbies. That's their website. As soon as you get to his website,
Yeah, I'm there
two
now.
of my trucks are there. This is how
Two of my trucks are there.
I'm so happy. Like I get to the
Yeah,
website, I
they're
see my
both.
truck.
Yeah.
I'm there now.
So
So Frank, he has them in his store.
no, they're on my shelf. He's got the picture on his website, and I think it's somewhere else also. It's somewhere else on it. There, he's got it also. I can't remember where.
Oh yeah, in the subcategories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely save that webpage because I like supporting Canadian hobby shops.
Brad, you going to send Jake the measurements?
Yeah, I just answered him.
Oh, okay.
I told him I forgot completely. Right now, I just got to run in and grab something else to drink, and I'm going to measure it up for him.
Yeah. Because if you want some of them trucks, Jake, RC Pit Products is cheaper than anybody else in the US for them P12.
Paul, what do you have for slash bodies that are not painted?
Hang on.
Because I need a 4x4 slash body for my.
Get the
They'll all
Raptor
fit,
body.
yeah.
Tank.
Paul, do you ship to the States?
I do. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just expensive.
Yeah.
No, it's
Get
cheap. It's cheap going to the States. It costs me more money to ship from Ontario to British Columbia
I
than
don't
from
doubt
here to anywhere in the States. It's crazy.
It makes no
$20
sense.
today to send something to Frank.
What, $20?
$20 to send something to Frank, and it didn't weigh squat.
Where are you?
That's from US to Canada.
Arizona.
Oh yeah. From here though, like I sent an RTR phaser, one of the El Caminos, down to California from here, and it cost me 30.
Yeah, and if you send that to Alberta, it's 60.
Yeah. So
you do the math. What's the difference between Canadian dollars and American dollars? You do the math.
yeah, I mean my system converts it, but
Okay.
it's basically it cost me $30 Canadian to ship an RTR to California, which is
Makes no
crazy.
sense. It's
Cost
so
me
much cheaper.
Ship from here to BC.
It might have to do with our postal service.
Oh, believe me, ours is no better, man.
Well, Arizona needs more money right now to pay for all that freaking recounts that they keep doing.
Yeah, we don't have there about any of that
They
garbage.
need all the taxpayers' money, you know.
Oh,
Hey, Paul, what's the plane hanging from the roof there, mate?
this one above me.
Are they EDF motors?
Yeah, so this is the I believe this is it's E-Flight.
It's an E-Flight.
Older guy. This I think Horizon just took them over at the time when they released this and discontinued.
That's
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Is that a 6-foot plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one I've got is 9 foot, a 9.5-foot wingspan.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's
That's
flying
nice.
upside down.
Yeah.
It's a 3D plane.
Yeah, this had a 120cc dual piston gas motor in it. I think it was close to $12,000 or $13,000 complete.
Yep.
Whoa,
That's
Not cheap.
gorgeous, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's big money.
Yeah,
Mm.
and as far as
For a crash.
I honestly don't know a lot about aircraft, but I think when they get to a certain size, the FAA kind of takes over and you're limited to the amount of hours a flight a frame can fly.
Yeah.
So it's been retired.
Yep.
Now, did you buy that or somebody gave it to you or it's on consignment there just as a...
You know what? I bought it several years ago from a guy in BC. Pretty much complete my motor. I took out about $2,200 worth of Sawbucks servos that was in it. I only paid $1,000 for it and got $2,200 out of the servos. And I felt, you know what, I broke even on it. Well, made a bit on it, but I think it looks good hanging in the store. People are always amazed at just how big it is.
Yeah.
What scale is it?
Gosh, well, they percent them at a certain point. They say it's like 40% or 30% of it. So that's where I get mixed up.
They don't go by scales, Brad.
Oh, they don't do scales for those because so
they go by wingspan.
They go by the size of the fuselage and the wingspan.
Yeah, it goes by percentage at a certain point. It's like 40% of a real plane or something.
Yeah, it looks good in there. Good eye catcher, man.
Well, people
how much did you say you get for it? If you sold it?
I paid $1,000 and sold $2,200 worth of servos out of it.
Okay, so if you sold that now, how much do you think you'll get for it?
Well, it's retired. That's the problem. So I believe to get it out of retirement, it would have to be recertified, and it would have to be certified by, I believe they call them like a master builder. And so the money it would take to hire someone to go through it and make sure it's flyable again, I don't think is worth.
Oh, okay.
Someone might want to do that.
Well, especially if they are a builder themselves. I mean,
you
know, they could probably grab it. It's kind of neat though. It's got some heritage. Like it was flown at like Huckfest in Oregon.
2012. Wow.
Yeah. There's another one back here, 2011.
Wow.
Cool.
But it still has all the carbon fiber landing gear. I'm told the propeller is about $750 alone. And it's made by a German company. Not entirely sure.
You could put a lot of money into fixing your car with that type of money.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Cool. Interesting.
There is videos online.
Nice color. It was nice color too.
Yellow, black, and white.
It's nice colors.
Yeah, it looks great.
You better know how to fly it, though.
That's a stunt. That's a stunt plane. That's what it's based on, a stunt plane.
It's a 3D plane.
I will see if I can find the video. I'll post it in the chat. You guys can have a look.
All right, guys, it's the coming 12 o'clock. I'm gonna have to get out of here. 5 o'clock. Don't come early.
Yeah, I'll watch your new video when I get off here, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. We'll go by you. We'll start saying goodbye anyways.
What's that?
We'll start with you. We'll start saying goodbye anyways. It's past 11:30. I was supposed to cut it off at 11:30, but we're having too much fun. So go ahead, Sean, start saying goodbyes.
All right, everybody, thanks for taking the time to stop by in the chat every Thursday night and chill them with a tank. And Jack, it's good to see you back in the chats again.
No worries, mate. Good to see you.
Thanks very much for the invite.
You see that? I get a shout out. See that, Tank?
That's one way to get a shout out.
Actually, can I just say something? KB, Colonel Sanders over there. You're Greenfield, aren't you? Is it?
Yeah, Beanfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized the voice.
I'm his cameraman. Cameraman.
Yeah, but you never had a camera. That's the thing. You didn't have a camera. You were just showing a monitor. Now I know who you are.
This is my
mate?
camera. Yeah.
How you doing? Good to see you, mate. Colonel Sanders. No worries. I'll have a bucket of 21-piece chicken. Thanks, mate.
Finger looking good, man.
That's right.
So, Jack, you go ahead and say your goodbyes.
Thank you very much. Good to meet Paul. And I didn't get to speak to, is it Radioactive? Nice to meet you. Saying it's always good to see you, even though you're like a mouse, mate. You're quiet as a mouse over there.
Never said a word.
Yeah, never said a word, eh?
Oh, you guys are pretty
But,
entertaining
thank
to
you very
listen.
much.
Nobody, nobody talked about the dreaded T word. That's why. So.
Hey.
Yeah. But thanks very much,
it.
everyone in the chat. Have a good weekend, and just have a bit of sympathy for me for the next. I think it's going to go longer. For the next 7 days, we're completely in jail again.
Uh,
That's
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Thank you.
There you
Beanfield
go.
RC or KBRC.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Greenfield.
Thanks for letting me in the chat, and I learned some stuff about drag racing tonight, so it's pretty cool. And you guys be safe out there, and that's it.
Good on you, mate.
Cool. No problem. Sang.
Oh, it's just observing here. Pretty quiet. I think I'll have to take a trip to Pembroke one of these days.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Like
next
having-
time I
Come on
go,
out,
I'll
man.
give you a buzz and I'll let you know that I'm going there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's good to see everyone.
Good to see you, Sang.
The only problem is when I go, I usually spend 3 or 4 hours. But
That's okay.
and dollars.
That's not a problem.
no, I don't spend a lot. I just talk a lot. I like talking. So
So do I.
yeah.
In
John Martin.
Thanks for having me, Tank, and see everybody next week.
Cool. Thank you very much. Radioactive Scale RC. Welcome
Yeah,
back. And
thanks.
thank you for coming. Your
Yeah,
turn.
thanks for letting me back in. It's been a few weeks, guys. I missed quite a few, but nice to meet you there, Paul. Another fellow Canadian on the chat, which is always good to see.
You, you Canadians are everywhere, man. Seriously.
Hey.
You're everywhere.
Can't get rid of us.
You Canadians. you Canadians flood the RC community, I'll tell you.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad
Yeah,
thing.
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. So yeah, hopefully I'll be
Nah,
on
not
again
at
next
all.
week.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Brad.
Thanks for having me as always. I'm glad to have met 2 new guys. We also have we also talk after hours when it shuts down. So stick around. You can still talk. We also, I'm glad we have some new faces. It's happening quite often. I hope you'll all be back next week.
Cool. Thank you very much. AZ Froggy.
Oh, Frank, thanks for the invite. Everyone in the chat, thanks for coming and hanging out. Don't forget that the thumbs up on the way out. Stay safe the rest of the week. Have a good weekend. Go have some fun.
Cool. Thank you very much. And Paul, your turn.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks for having me tonight. I know I'm not a regular around here, but I quite enjoyed it. I did post a video of the aircraft flying in the chat. So if you guys are interested, have a look, like, subscribe to Frank.
I don't see it, and you're not a moderator. Can you just chat hi? I'll make you a moderator real quick to enable you to do that. Because I don't see it in the chat.
Did I hit
No,
hi?
you won't because it's not blue.
Yeah, he's not
No.
blue. I got to make you a moderator so you can post a link.
I posted, I said hi.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
110.
Okay, you are
Pauls.
now a moderator. You can.
Now you can put the link.
That work?
I'm
Give
waiting
it a
for it to come
second.
up. Some odd reason it's a little slow to come up.
There it is.
Yeah, it just did.
Oh, cool. I'm going to
So
check
that's
that
the
out.
link for the plane.
Yeah, that's the aircraft.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate having you, Paul, here because you are a store owner and we can ask you other questions that maybe other guys can help or can't. But we have a pretty good depth of people here that can help out a lot of people. And that's why I like having that RC Talk show. It really helps a lot of people, I think. And it's fun to talk to you
Good.
guys.
I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Cool. And keep the best for the last. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll be
Thanks,
joking,
guys.
aren't you?
People in
Gotta
the
be
chat
kidding
was
me, mate.
awesome.
Don't make me
having you
puke.
here, chatting with you guys and the people in the video. Also, it was a hot topic, I find, because a lot of people are Traxxas lovers, and sometimes when you tell them that you don't like their cars, they kind of get bitter. But I think a lot of people see what's going on in the market, and I like that the innovation and what's coming out. So that's kind of cool. So guys, go charge up those batteries and go have fun out there and break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun. Thanks. We'll talk to you guys.